people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I thank the Lord for my many blessings. Though I'm stressed, I keep a vest for protection from the barrel of a Smith & Wesson. And all my niggas in the pen, here we go again. Ain't nothing separating us but my Mac 10. Born in the ghetto as a hustler. Hold up.
See, I'm getting this paper, sitting on top, stack it up till I drop it, whether you like it or not. Oh, yeah, still getting paper, shitting on these haters. Shitting on these haters. Get lonely on this level. Skyscraper and 10. You would have to listen to understand the grammar. Show these pussies I can bang. No bandana. I'm Billy Ray Cyrus. These niggas head in my 10. My level's known but never seen before. Higher than the nebula. I am the GOAT. I seen them all before, rerun, and it ain't no good time watching these reruns. They catching up, but I'm like the day before. They're like a minute late, like when the bank flop. Rush hour, gridlock. I'm off the chain, you niggas padlock. These niggas barking, but don't bite. They're like some deaf mutes, trying to sound right. Extra, extra, pay attention, front page, I'm with hip hop. See, I'm getting this paper, sitting on top, stack it up till I drop it, yeah, you like it or not. Oh, still getting paper, shitting on these haters. In this game, it take attitude. Most of you niggas lames and your character need auto-tune. Yeah, and I'm connected. Facebook and you in MySpace and need a new look. You niggas followers, Twitter that. And I ain't sharing that, no snatchbacks, no take back. Yeah, the game is mine if it's now or later. And I got longevity, now and later. I keep these hoes watching like I'm the game, and they keep. I'm just waiting on the checks, payroll. Yeah, you niggas lame, and I'm that dude. My music put together. iTunes. I'm off the block and feeling chipper like I'm in skinny jeans. Let loose the zipper. In this paper, sitting on top, stack it up till I drop it, then you like it up.
What's up, Jay? How you doing?
Still getting shit in these haters. Just give it a minute and I'ma win. I'm on the stove with that white like I'm Uncle Ben. These niggas harder in the pack, but they ramen noodles. It's time to wet them up. Oodle noodle. It's cranky, I'm Karate Kid. It's wax on the wax off. I am the biz. I got it all. Walmart. Thanks for coming out. See, I'm getting this paper, sitting on top. Stack it up till I drop it, then you like it or not. Uh-oh. Still getting paper, shitting on these haters. Uh-oh. Shitting on these haters, yeah.
What's up, Jay? Yeah. Big following today. All right, y'all, man. Welcome to another episode of Tell It Like It Is. Well, we do just that. Cut real quick, man. So in today's world, it seems like every woman wants to be attached. Hold on one second. I got a little feedback over here. Every woman wants to be attached in a relationship, but only 37% of men are even remotely interested in being committed in committed relationships. Why is that? What has changed? I myself am 46 years old. You think about past generations, there was a lot more marriages as opposed to now. So what has changed? Uh, of those who are in relationships, regardless of the dynamic, what is the end game goal? End goal. End game goal. Tune in and let's discuss the possibilities and probabilities of this bonding shift. So, in short, what is what is changed? Basically, this episode for real is it's a Q&A more or less. I'm gonna ask a lot of questions. Um, you guys give feedback. Let's see what we can come up with. Yeah. Um, what has changed from yesteryear to present? Okay. Um, men are still men, women are still women. Uh, males are still males, females are still females. Um, ultimately, what has changed? What's up, Auntie? How you doing? What has changed? That's. Let's start there. What has changed from? I don't know. The 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, up until now. You know what I'm saying? What has changed with the people? What has changed? What is the mindset of the people? What do you think has changed that has gotten people uh what has gotten them? Let's start there. Ladies, fellas, it doesn't matter who answers. What do you think has changed with let's start this way. What has changed with the guys? Um that they are no longer wanting to be married. Well, that's the question on the floor. What has changed? What has changed with the guys? Fellas, step up. Let's get some feedback in here, man. Because if not, it's gonna turn into a female opinionation, and it's basically going to become a one-sided topic. Not to say that I can't hold my own, but in the same aspect, I was born in a certain time period, so I can only express from that time period. Um, I am only one person. I am only one man. I can't speak for every man. So, fellas, your participation is very much warranted uh, and greatly advised. Otherwise, it's going to look like one of those type of things. Um, oh, somebody commented. I can't see the comment. Let me see. It hasn't come through. There it is, right there. Let's see. So, men are more feminine and women are too masculine. Okay, fair enough. I believe, I believe that's part of it. Uh, I believe that's part of it. It has a large a large part of it is the males are more feminine. and the male and the women, females are more masculine. Um, let's peel back some layers on that. So, not to play the blame game, but if you as a woman can recognize this, uh, why is that? Why is it that the men are more feminine and the women are, as you said, too masculine? Ant, what's going on, man? How you doing? Long time no here. Um, it's changed from women's point of view of what a man should do and what he should be. That is a strong point. Absolutely. I am 100% on board with that. Give me 1 second. I'm over here. I need to dealing with some technical difficulties over here on this camera. Give me a second. Yeah. All right, that's better. Back to your comment. It is changed from women's point of view of what a man should do and what he should be. Okay, I'm with you on that. How I saw something. Not too long ago where um, I don't remember her name. She was. It's a black woman. She was heterosexual. Um, things went left in her relationship or whatever have you. She's all over Facebook and TikTok, social media. Um, and it's interesting because depending on excuse me, depending on what video you see of her, you get to actually see the transition. Not that she was a stud or anything like that, but you will actually see where when she was going through things with her heterosexual relationship, um, all men are dogs, blah 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 blah. Her and Charleston White had got into it a couple times. Um, she switched teams and jumped on board with the I guess gay, bisexual, I don't know, gay. Started dating women, exclusively women. And then in that time period, she saw that, oh, okay, well, women do the same shit that men do. So she went back to men. In the time period of going back to men is when she actually started to make a lot more sense. Not that I'm willing to jump ship just to experience or prove this point, but while she was with when she went back to men, she started speaking on the fact that, and mind you, she's a woman. She said that women don't like men. Present day woman does not like men. They like what men can do for them. If indeed or in fact that women actually liked or loved men, they wouldn't try to change the men into women. That is a very valid point. There is a serious thing going on out here now, where women want men to be feminine. They want the man to be softer. They want the man to communicate more. These are things that are not in uh, the typical or average man's. They're not character traits of men. Um, Throughout history, I mean, you look and you see and you will find um, women today want that softer man. They want that feminine man, but they don't want the man. You know what I'm saying? So it's strange to me too. It's very strange to me too. Um, what a man should do. What defines a man as far as his actions? From when they were from when women are little girls, they are told that this man is going to do this. He's supposed to do that. He's supposed to do this. He's supposed to do that. Excuse me. Oftentimes, a lot of times, women won't find the ideal man that they're looking for because realistically, the man that they're looking for is plainly put is their father. So if he was present and he was doing this, and this, no man is going to measure up to that because each person is their own individual. If he wasn't present, then she doesn't know what a man remotely is about. It's her notion of what she thinks he's supposed to be or what society has projected. Nikki says, why have one slice of something when you can have multiple pieces? That's interesting. All right, elaborate on that. Single parent homes. All right, Jamie. Single parent homes. In reference, I'm going back to, I'm assuming, because that's where I left off with you. What makes, let's go back to your original comment. I asked you, I said, what makes men more feminine and women too masculine? You're saying your answer response is single parent homes. Okay, single parent homes. Let's dig a little bit deeper. In the single parent homes, where is the emasculation or the feminization of the male coming from? Let's dive a little bit deeper. It's crazy because like so I've been told that this podcast is starting to slowly, I've been compared to Kevin Samuels, and it's funny because like before he passed, it was a lot of women that would tune in. They wanted his advice, this, that, and blah, 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 blah. Does that make you a glutton for punishment? I don't know, because he's gonna tell it straight. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny. Like when I tell it, it's like, oh, but that's another topic. So Jamie says no good examples of good or healthy relationships. Okay. No good example. No good example of good or healthy relationships. Okay, fair enough. But that still does not explain as to how males are being I'm sorry. Males are turning out feminine and the females are turning out masculine. I'm sitting there watching the podcast. That's crazy. My bad. All right. Real, I'll get back with you on that right now. I'm locked in. Lack of good fathers. I knew that was coming. Okay, fair enough. There's two ways to approach that. Lack of good fathers. First, you got to understand the difference between a father and a dad. So, lack of good fathers, whether the father is there, present, active, or not. Okay. What about a stepdad? So that's not even a good excuse either. Like I said, not to play the blame game, but because now it turns into an excuse. Not to play the blame game. But statistically, it's a known fact that when the children are with the fathers, they turn out better. And the government knows this because the government are the ones that are pushing out the statistics. So now you have to question as to why the children are automatically granted to the mothers. The answer to the question, like I said, not to play the blame game, the answer to the question is a man is not going to emasculate or feminize his son. But if he's around his mother, if he's predominantly raised by his mother, that's where the feminization comes from. That's where the emasculation comes from. Women don't want to take accountability for that. But in the same aspect, that's the truth. Now, why the father is there or why he's not there, that's a whole different topic. But like, if we're going to be honest about the situation, that's where the feminization would come from. It wouldn't come from lack thereof. I mean, you can say lack of fathers or the father's not present, but you can't say lack of good fathers because it's the same aspect. Okay, whether the father's there or not, you still have stepdads that step up to the plate. Many of these single mothers date. So when you're dating, okay, well, now you got to choose a good partner, but in the same aspect, if he's going to be there, he's going to take on a stepfather. He's going to take on a stepdad role. So there would be some sense of masculinity there. So you can't just say, oh, well, lack of good fathers. You know what I'm saying? That's not a father is not a male is not going to emasculate or feminize his seed, his son. So the relationship goals. Those of you who date, are in relationships, again, regardless of the dynamic or whatever have you. What is the end goal? Like, what are you dating for? Like, what is the purpose of dating? I know some. I don't want to give the answer out too early. Let's go there. What is the end goal, or what is the end game to dating? You know, what are you out here playing the field for? Male or female, it doesn't matter. What are you out here playing the field for? What is your end game? Nikki, if you're still there, I'm curious as to what you mean by when you said why have one slice of something when you could have multiple pieces. I think I know what you mean by that, but I don't like to assume, and so therefore Give me some clarification on where you're going with that. All right, so I'm sitting here too solid, and it's starting to become annoying to me. So when you're dating, since nobody wants to answer the question, when you're dating, yesteryear, people were dating with purpose. Okay. There was a process to it. Call it courting or whatever. The initial, hey, how you doing? So the guy shot his shot. In that time period, there was not an immediate acceptance. Hence the courting. In the past, women like to turn the guys into Pepe Le Pew. So he chased. All right. Hence, in that time period, you hear a lot of if you talk to some of your elders, grandparents, great grandparents, depending on how old your father is. Oh yeah, I won her over. This is not a term that you hear anymore. Anybody getting won over? Oh, he swept me off my feet. You know, this type of thing. You don't hear this shit no more. So in that time period, during the courting phase, they dated with purpose. He chased her. He won her over. They dated. Excuse me. There was an engagement set, and then marriage. You ask. The reason why I asked the question, okay, well, what is the reason why I asked the question of, okay, well, what's the end game is because nowadays people aren't dating with purpose. This is my boyfriend. This is my girlfriend. No engagement set for marriage, which means you're just together so y'all can fuck, basically, or convenience. You don't want to be alone. He wants some in-house sex. People aren't getting married. No engagement. You're the boyfriend or girlfriend for 15 years. Like, what do you? So, and I'm not even gonna say 15 years because nowadays, dating is marriage is a long-term date. There's no longevity. She breaks up with him. He breaks up with her. 5 months going in. 2 weeks later, she got somebody new. A month later, he got somebody new. What is your end goal? What is your end game goal? Depends on the person. Some date for companionship, some date for financial gain. Yes, they do, and that's what I was just speaking on. Absolutely, and that's just it. And even that in itself, okay. Some date for companionship. Hell, she don't want to be alone. He don't want to be alone. Well, she don't want to be alone. He just wants some in-house pussy. Or a consistent partner. We'll do it that way. Even that can be your end game. But the thing about it is people aren't acknowledging that. First off, people aren't being honest about it. And then on top of it, not only are they not being honest about it, they're not even acknowledging it. I don't really think that a lot of people nowadays take this in consideration. There's nothing wrong with, hey, listen, I don't want to get married, but I don't want to be alone. There's nothing wrong with that. But be real about that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, what do they call them, a life partner, somebody that you can grow old with, but you don't want all the burdens of matrimony or the government matrimony, then so be it. But here's the thing, be real about it. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that. If you're looking for somebody to just help you out with your bills, there's somebody out there for that, male or female, whatever have you. But I mean, here's the thing, just be real about it. You know what I'm saying? You have some guys out here that don't mind being your bank account. There's some women out here that don't mind being your bank account. Some people, because when you start digging, peel back layers, you'll find some guys, some girls, the more that they love you, the more they pour into you financially. Some people you'll come across, they'll tell you, but it has to be something established here. There's some people that will be open and honest and tell you, well, this is my love language. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you that there's nothing wrong with that. That's not when it's openly discussed, openly acknowledged, that's not pimping. That's not prostituting. If you love a person, you want them to have the best. You want to give them the best. If this is how you express yourself, then so be it. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is be real about it. Just as well as a woman can jump on. Well, back in the day, I don't know about now, but back in the day, just as well. No, we'll stay current. No, I'll talk about back in the day. Back in the day, just as well as a woman could jump on Craigslist and throw some ad up there for solicitation. Hey, looking for a sugar daddy, blah 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 blah. Right? Just as well as a woman can open up a OnlyFans page and sell pictures of her feet or sell her fucking underwear. You can be real about the situation and say, hey, look, I'm just looking for somebody to Findoms. I'm just looking for somebody to financially support me. You know, this is what I'm looking for. Is there anybody that's willing to be into that? There's plenty of people out, oddly enough, but there's plenty of people out there that are like that. And the reason why I say oddly enough, because in the society and the economy that we're living in now, I don't know how to help people. Trust and believe. You're struggling on your own. So if you come across a person that's like that, they definitely can afford to take care of you. So just be real about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try and find the average Joe and think, oh, well, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take care. If you're looking for a man to take care of you and you can't be real about it, if you're looking for a man to take care of you, then go home to your father. There's enough of us out here, men, that are struggling. Women don't realize how hard it is to be a man, and I'm not saying it's easy to be a woman. I can't speak on that because I'm not a woman, but I can speak on a man. There's plenty enough of us out here that are struggling to take care of ourselves, children included. If you're an adult, as you claim to be, then why do you feel the need for somebody to take care of you anyway? Nobody wants to have that discussion, though. Excuse me. So, in game. In game. What are you out here dating for? Like, here, let me give you some numbers. All right. So the general trends, right? What is the percentage of men in today's society in relationships? All right. So the general trend. Increase in single men. All right. So the data suggests that a growing number of single men, especially among younger age groups, which is kind of normal. You know what I'm saying? You're young, you're not trying to be locked in, you're trying to experience life. Cool. A 2023 study showed that 63% of men aged 18 to 29 were single, compared to 34% of women in the same age group. Declining marriage rates. Marriage rates have declined in many countries, with an increase in partnership outside of marriage. Okay, that's why I asked, depending on, regardless of the dynamic, what is your end game? This is what I was getting at. So, for statistics right here in America, the United States statistics as of 2021 to 2023, okay? Overall, single men, approximately excuse me, 3 in 10 US adults are single, meaning they are not married or living with a partner. Younger men, 18 to 29, around, like I said it earlier, around 63% of men in this age group are single. Older men, 30 to 49, okay? Approximately 25% of men in this age range are single. Cohabitation. Cohabitation in America. About 7% of men cohabitate with a partner in the United States between 2019 and 2021. Younger men aren't wanting to be in relationships. Older men are in relationships, but the number is very low. Cohabitation, 7%. There's a lot of homeless dudes out here that are living with women. Okay, so if you got one of those, let me be nice. No, let me be real. So if you got one of those, what is your end game? Oh, let me state this for the record. You see me drinking TikTok. This is not alcohol. This is bottled water. TikTok likes to flag videos and clips when they see a person drinking something because they automatically assume that it's alcohol. Imagine that. Gotta love how US has fucked that up too. So back to the point. What is your end game? What are you dating for? What are you dating for? Are you dating just for the sake to say, excuse me, are you dating or in a relationship just to say that I'm not alone? For companionship, what is your end game? Mm, 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 mm. All right, so I was peekabooing on the broadcast because I was trying to make sure I wasn't missing any comments. Um, I think I am. Hold on one second. ah, ah. So, Ant says no one really knows. They'll give you a reason, but and that is true. They will give you a reason. They'll give you a reason, but then the answer is far from the truth. Absolutely. That's that bait and hook shit, man. Yeah, there's a lot of that. So there's a lot of there's a yeah, there's a lot of that. So there's a lot of okay, all right. So let me reread that. All right. So it states no one really knows. They'll give you a reason, but their answer is far from the truth. I kind of figured that's what we were getting at. Absolutely. I agree with you. There is a lot of what do they call it? Catfishing. There's a lot of catfishing, okay, in the dating pool. Those of us who are old enough to know, prior to those who were around prior to this excuse me, prior to social media and this internet, when you actually had to get out and go find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, here's the pager, here's the cell phone number, here's the house phone number, the landline. Those of us who are old enough to experience that, we were taught. We were taught by our parents, our grandparents, or just from personal experience. We were taught and we learned a valuable lesson. And the lesson went like this. You never truly know who a person is until when dating. You never really know who this person is until you co-inhabitate with this person. It's when you're going to start to see the little quirky shit. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, hell no, I can't. I can't. No, I ain't going for that. And some of it be punitive, petty bullshit. But it's important to them. And some of it be some serious shit. You know what I'm saying? I've seen cases as small as, oh, he leaves up the toilet seat, when he pees instead of putting it down, I guess dude got good aim, or maybe he didn't have good aim. I don't know. Hey. I've seen instances where there was conflict because of when brushing teeth, spitting in the sink, to them it was a major thing. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but it's not going to be a deal breaker for me. I just know not to wash my face in there. You know what I'm saying? Cool, whatever. I think the biggest issue as far as cohabitating when there's friction usually is generally the kids. think that is probably like the biggest issue for most people. Uh, the kids slash the con slash the the conflicting parenting styles. Um, I see as I've seen that one. Hell, I've experienced it as probably one of the bigger reasons why people go. Um, me personally, speaking on that, this is why I am, in my opinion, a lot of women say when they're dating that they don't allow the guy to meet their kids till like months down the road. And I don't necessarily agree with that one because here's the thing, right? When you're dating, now mind you, I can count on one hand in my adult life how many girlfriends I've had. Okay. Even though I don't subscribe to the conventional methods or idea of marriage, I do understand it. So I'll say it this way for better understanding for those who are watching. Um, if you made it, and this is why I say dating with purpose, because a lot of people are practicing for failure. Okay. Have no end game. If you make it for me, with me, if you make it to girlfriend status, it's because I see potential in you to be a wife. This is someone that I can potentially say, all right, well, I can see myself spending the rest of my days with. You see what I'm saying? It's not, oh well, I just have a lot of fun with this person, you know what I mean? I can have a lot of fun with friends with benefits. So the purpose. When you're dating for purpose, I'm sorry, when you're dating with purpose, like I said, I can count on one hand how many girlfriends I've had in my adult life. I'm not looking for, oh, I dated this girl for 6 months, it didn't work out. Great sexual partner. I think I'll go get a new one. Just keep them as sexual partners then. Like, what is the fucking point? You know what I'm saying? When dating, and this is where I don't necessarily agree with the women's idea of, okay, well, when I'm dating, I don't introduce this person to my kids. When dating, I'm looking for a life partner, a wife, proverbial, right? So this is someone that I'm looking to be with long term. Now, mind you, everybody's not like me and everybody doesn't think like me. I'm looking to make this a family construct. So if this is what I'm looking to do, you hiding your kids, I got you. You hiding the children, or oh, I don't allow them to. Okay, but you've been intimate with this person, you've gone out to eat, you guys had good time, you guys are kids are pretty much a good judge of character. Now, some time has gone by. 6 months, 8 months. Now you think it's a good idea to introduce the kids. The kids don't like him, or he don't like your kids. So you did all that, wasting the time for what? Or he's got kids, you've got kids, you guys been on dates, 8 months running strong. Now all of a sudden you want to try and introduce the kids together, and the kids can't get along. So you didn't did all this for what? Everything's working for, but now you want to try and force it or mesh it, and it's not working. You know what I'm saying? So like these are just things that should be taken in consideration. Like I said, everybody's gonna think differently. This is not a right or wrong thing. I'm just stating how some things probably should be taken in consideration. Could be done differently. If it makes any sense to you. I'm just one person though, you know? All right, Aunt. I'll see you when you get here. Yeah, man. Sure. A lot of people have been asking, man, where Aunt been, man? Where Aunt? What's going on with y'all? Y'all fall out. Why does everybody feel like, why? Just because I don't understand it either. Everything got to be negative, you know? And if you're that concerned about it, I'm going to say it on the air. If you're that concerned about what's going on with Aunt, why y'all don't just reach out to Aunt and check on him? That part. But yeah. So is it it's crazy because I can see clearly that y'all paying attention, man, which is a beautiful thing. I need to know. I'd like some feedback. Like I'd like to see you guys actually interact with this one, because this is something that one side topic is not you get nowhere with that, and you get nowhere fast with it. All right, so no comments over here. Oh, my bad. Cool. All right. Aunt, where you at, man? Oh, speaking of the devil, what's happening, man?
What's up, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back, man. How you been?
I've been all right. Been up in the mountains.
Oh boy.
So, okay. So, first thing I'm gonna answer is this:
Let's get it.
Where have I been?
Thank you, please, because I'm tired of hearing that question.
I've been right here.
Get
it. Right here. What you see in the background is where I've been.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I explained this a long time ago. I'm an extreme introvert.
Mm-hmm.
The people I talk to live in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Family members live in this city. I probably seen them 2 years ago. Okay.
Right.
I don't call anybody. I don't talk to anybody. That doesn't mean there's a beef. Anybody that knows me will tell you that. They would say, I haven't seen him in probably a good year or so.
Right.
Why? Because I'm just handling my business. That's it. No beef whatsoever. You and I don't talk to each other outside of this. Is what people don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So for them to assume that there's some type of beef, I find that hilarious because I'm like, there is no beef.
Exactly.
None whatsoever. So I guess people are looking for some kind of drama to justify how they feel. But there's none. It's laughable to me. Okay.
Right. See, and this is what I said. In fact, right before you came in, you can check it on the replay. I says, and for those who are, if you're truly concerned about how Ant's doing, stop asking me.
Exactly.
Hit him in the DM.
Somebody,
hey man, you can
DM me. I'm on Facebook. You know,
they know.
That's pretty much the only thing I use.
Right.
You can DM me. I will answer your question. I have no problem with that. But please don't just assume that there's some kind of beef. You can talk to me today. I may not talk to you for the next 6 months. That's just me.
Right.
And so
ain't nothing wrong with that.
I definitely had to address that because I know you were getting those questions because
I
even had people asking me like, "Man, what's up with the podcast?" I'm like, "Oh, now you watch it."
Right, that part.
Before it was one person on here looking and didn't say anything, but now everybody, oh, what's up? Nothing's up. He's doing his life. I'm doing my life. There's no beef in between us.
Yes.
Okay, so now that we got that clear, I'm gonna get back on subject.
Thank you for clearing that up, sir.
Okay, yeah. So that should satisfy everybody. So y'all can, go ahead with your little fantasies. Yeah, I told you. No, you didn't tell shit. So let's keep it moving. Okay, let's keep it moving.
Right.
Okay.
So Jamie says, I want a life partner. Okay.
Okay.
He says, I would say that my end game, that's my end game. Okay, cool. She said me too, and as far as being introverted. There's nothing wrong with a life partner. Again, if that's what you're seeking, that is a good. A lot of people who date, right? Like I said, I just gave you statistics. When you ask a woman, well, what do you want? She gives you this fantasy of, oh, I want to be married and have children, right? That's what we usually hear. Okay, cool. So what has changed between the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, up to now, where women are okay, evidently, with being the girlfriend for 8 years, if that's what you truly want?
I would say is this, and before I say anything else, these are all my opinions, so don't take it personally.
Okay, you do.
Yeah, I know. It really has to me. It has to do with social media.
Yes, I agree.
A lot of that is nowadays you're seeing everybody's giving their opinion on what a relationship should be, even though they don't have a steady relationship of their own.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So it's easy to say you should do this, especially a lot of these females. I ain't woman bashing, but I'm gonna tell the truth.
Right.
A lot of these females will tell you what a man should be. First of all, you're not a man.
Right.
So you can't explain to me what a man should be and what a man should do.
Right.
Okay. And I've seen females get on and say, "Oh, a man is too feminine." Who made him that way?
That was what I was saying to Jamie. Right.
Yeah. Who made him that way? I mean, a lot of these guys grew up with a single mother. I did too, but I'm nowhere to have any feminine qualities.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I would say it's more of a generational thing. I had not just men around me, but women around me, as far as uncles and aunts, that made sure I conducted myself a certain way. So there's that single mother thing is kind of like a lame excuse to
it is, and it's played out. See, I don't mean to cut you off. Let me touch on what you were saying, because you said I had women and men around me. Okay. Mm-hmm. Our generation, if the father wasn't present, mom pushed us out there around uncle so-and-so, cousin so-and-so.
Right.
If she wasn't dating.
Right.
These chicks now, whether the father's in the picture, trying to be in the picture or not, they're not doing anything but having sexual partners. They're not looking for, you get what I'm saying? But then they want to blame the man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So again, it goes back to somewhere along the lines, ladies, you got to take accountability for this feminization thing.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't. Okay, ladies, listen carefully. You cannot teach a boy to be a man. I don't 100%. Care who you are and what you think you do. You cannot teach him to be a man. He has to be around solid men, not just any man, solid men. Men that have proven themselves throughout their lives to have structure, to have discipline. Those are the two most important things that any young boy should have in their life. A lot of these guys don't. They don't have that example. And like I said, my daddy wasn't there at all. But I had uncles that was like, hey, you need to do it this way or attempt to do it this way. There was none of that, me walking around acting like my mama stuff. But my mama wasn't no soft person. You know that very well. Yeah. So
not by any stretch.
Right. Not by any stretch of the imagination. So I had no choice but to be the way that I am. It's like, this what it is, this what you're going to be. So that doesn't exist anymore. It really doesn't, you know. That's why relationships don't last as long as they did, because I would say the generation before me, they might have met when they were 16 and been together ever since. You know, part too. Now maybe granddad stepped away and had a family on the other side of town.
Absolutely, he did.
But
absolutely, he did. You better believe it.
Even still, he presented himself as a man when you saw him.
Yeah,
you know. Absolutely. So this whole single mother thing, it bothers me because I'm going, that's not a good way to look at it. You know, it's a lot of these females out here. Okay, they grew up without a father figure in their house, a strong father figure in their house.
Right.
Their mother probably grew up without a strong father figure in their house.
Agreed.
So it goes down the line. How do you expect somebody to teach these young men how to be men if none was ever around? If you got your mama dating somebody else every 6 months, then what you gonna think? You gonna think that's okay. You gonna say, hey, no problem with it. That's what I saw in my household. Now, don't get me wrong. My mother dated guys, but it wasn't every 6 months or so. It was like
it's longevity.
Years. It was some years.
Longevity.
And then whoever the guy was, he might have attempted to be my daddy, but at the same time, it's kind of like, nah, dog, you ain't him. So
but
there was that bit of conflict there, you know.
Right. But now let me ask you this, right? Let's keep it all the way real. It might have been conflict. It might have been pride or personality thing, right? However, let's be honest, or you be honest in the situation, because I got you here to actually give feedback.
Okay.
Because I'm living proof. Okay. Though he was not your dad, though he was not your father. How much did you quietly or silently soak up from him?
A lot of things, because this guy that my mom was dating, I would say right around from the time it was about 12 to about high school. By the time I got out of high school, he was a guy that actually did things with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, we would go like fishing, and that was something I had never done. You know. He taught me how to bait the hook and actually catch it and reel it, all that, you know, went fishing. Sometimes he would talk to me about certain things. It wasn't nothing deep, but it was just certain things. And he helped teach me how to build as well. I mean, actually use my hands to build things. So I won't deny that he didn't teach me something, but it was just long term. I was like, where's this going? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you got to understand, you a teenager, you like, I know everything. I know everything. Can't nobody tell me nothing. So, so that's where the little bit of conflict came into play.
Right. See, the difference between you and I, the reason why there was no conflict in my situation is because my dad, who is not my father, was there since I was a youngin'.
Right.
I wasn't a teenager, so therefore, this is all I knew as my dad. You see what I'm saying? Now, once I learned the difference between a dad and a father, that gave me an even higher respect and appreciation to this man. You see what I'm saying? To this day, 46 years old. Hey, Pop, how you doing? Da, da, da. Hey, happy Father's Day. And I don't even celebrate. Happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I was just thinking about you. Da, da. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, my father, and it's not even a disrespect. You chose your path. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, there's no hard feelings. I recognize who you are, what you are, and I leave it be.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That was the same thing I did with my biological father. Last time I actually saw him and was around him, I was 17.
Right.
And even then, he gave the perception of, oh, why are you here? What are you doing?
Right.
So I made the conscious choice to say, you know what? This is the last time I'm able to see you. Haven't heard from him since then. So I'm not hurt by it, not bitter. I'm just like, dude, you missed out on me.
Exactly.
You missed out on something worthwhile, so that's on him.
Right.
But I mean, as far as like the whole relationship thing is, I would say it's a generational thing at this point, man.
Absolutely.
You're not going to get what was going on back then. I see that, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy to me. You know.
Right. And that's why, along those lines, going off of Jamie's comment here and earlier when she said no positive male role models nowadays. I don't necessarily subscribe to that because, and I'm not saying that she's wrong to feel this way. But the thing about it is this: by you being an introvert yourself, that tells people that you're not out here in the dating world, right? So therefore, if the father is not a good positive role model, it's not to say that a stepdad wouldn't be.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So you can't say, oh, there's no good positive male role models out here. You get what I'm saying? First off, and I just had to tell somebody this earlier prior to the podcast even launching. Once you understand the difference between a father and a dad, a mother and a mom, then it'll start to click and make sense. The father doesn't necessarily have to be about shit. Doesn't mean that the child doesn't have a dad. You see what I'm saying? The father and the mother. The mother buried the eggs, carried the child to term. But it takes a special woman to raise this child. That's a mom. Loving and nurturing. A father, any male with a penis can be a father. It takes a special man to be a dad, to love, to raise, to care. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a reason why it's called a biological father, biological mother, and a stepmom and a stepdad.
Right.
You feel me? So once we become word conscious and lock this in on our vocabulary, I hate, you know what I hate the most? It's used to burn my soul. Oh, yo, that's my baby daddy. No, that's their baby's father.
Well,
if he in the context of deadbeats,
he is the father,
because that's how they try to use it. Oh, he's my baby. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not your baby daddy.
He comes across as just a daddy. You get what I'm saying?
Thank you.
He comes across. He is the father. Yeah,
100%.
Technically, but he's coming across as the daddy because it is easy, so easy to be a daddy, like you said. But to be the father, to be the man, takes a whole lot of work.
Right. Transpose that. It's easy to be the father. If all you gotta do is bust a nut to be a father.
Well, I'm just saying that the daddy. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, but to be the father, to be that man, that takes work. I don't care who you think you are. That takes some work. Okay. Because even like, I'm gonna give you another example. It's like even with my ex-wife, we have a son together, right?
All right. Yeah.
When we broke up, she started dating some guy, and I actually asked her, I said, "What's up with that dude?"
Right.
And she was telling me about him. Oh, he's this, and that. I said, okay, but see, now they're not together. So the thing I said was, "What did you do?" I asked her flat out, "What did you do?" Because if he was a good guy, you did something.
Exactly.
You did something.
Right.
And me knowing her, I already know.
Well, see, I'm glad you said that, right? Because here's the thing, right? If you pay attention, all guys, ladies, you're about to get exposed. You may not like it, but you know, if you have, if I'm telling the truth, hit a thumbs up in the comment section. Men, we call it comparing notes. A woman wants to know who you dated in the past. She gonna go out her way to even investigate. Might even try and reach out to this chick. Have some kind of rapport with them.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the kid's father or one of her exes, she gonna make it a point to keep y'all alienated. If you're her ex, she gonna tell, oh, he was a piece of shit. Da 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 da. She gonna tell her story, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she gonna make it a point to keep us out of close proximity or communicating with one another. Mm-hmm. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna tell exactly what you already know what she about.
Right.
I'm going in the blind.
Right. I got the one up.
Exactly. Tie it forward, right? So I don't care what boy you are. A motherfucker can't call your mama a bitch. You're gonna tear their head off.
Right. You should, by all
but
means.
You'll call every other female a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to know how your mother's a bitch? Once you become mature enough, go sit down and talk to your father. He was laid up with her. He gonna tell you every little dirty little thing she did.
Everything.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I said it requires some maturity.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is, as it said, mama's boys. One thing about a boy, he don't want to hear that negative shit about his mama. He see most boys, because I'm different. It took for me to come out of that bullshit to see that, oh, my mom is human. You know what I'm saying? My mom does have flaws. She's not a god or a goddess. You know what I'm saying? So it made it easier for me to understand life, things about women. I was fortunate enough that she actually taught me a lot about women. What to do, what to look for, what not to do, what not to accept, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women, she exposed a lot of women's secrets for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And because of this, I do class with a lot of women because I see it, whereas the average guy may not be like, oh, you'd be like, oh, okay, it's good. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, no, that's some sucker shit. You ain't about to get me. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is there's a reality, as you said in one of your earlier comments. A lot of times there's things that are presented in the beginning. Later on, you find out, yeah, that's not exactly who you
pretend to be. Yeah, exactly.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I watched somewhere where it was a federal investigator, and he was explaining that each person has 3 faces. And I said, what? And he broke it down. He says, there's the face that you portray to your friends, or nowadays it would be to the public. Let's do it that way. Mm-hmm. So it would be social media. Your friends, social media, whatever have you. There's that face. There's your inner circle, which consists of your family members. Mm-hmm. or your immediate family. Let's do it that way. And then the third is your dead face.
Yeah,
okay, this is your dead face. This is the face that nobody sees. Okay, this is where your traumas lie. This is where your deepest, darkest secrets lie that you told nobody. Again, like the traumas, this, that, and the third. And I'm sitting back and I'm like, huh. And he was explaining how like we wear these faces every day. And only those who sit down and actually study people, study human behaviors, things that you need to look for, can actually peel back these layers. And I'm like, man, that's crazy as hell. But to think that each person, and this is normal. This is normal.
Yeah.
Each person has 3 faces. You know what I'm saying? Everybody screams this. Oh yeah, man, I keep it 100. I keep it real. But everybody has these skeletons in their closet. You're not gonna tell. There's people that struggle with drugs. There's people that struggle with alcoholism. There's people who have been sexually abused. They're not going to tell you these things. You got people that go to SANA, AA, sit in these meetings and don't say nothing. Now, these are all people that have that suffer and struggle with the same issues. You got people that go to therapists and counseling and been going to the same counselor for 5-10 years and just now telling this story about what happened 30 years ago. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, they just don't want to admit it. Just admit the truth. Just
right.
I mean, that's what I thought therapy was for. But yeah, it's people that go to therapy and still lie. You know?
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's suppression is real. You know what I'm saying? But suppressed memories and such.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, there's a lot of things that really aren't suppressed that people just don't feel comfortable disclosing.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm not going to tell you every single thing I've done.
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to.
You shouldn't. Some things you need to keep to yourself.
Exactly.
So no, I don't have a problem with that. It's just from a relationship point of view. It's like even the person that you with, if you with somebody, you cannot tell me that you've told them every single aspect of your life.
Hell no.
There's no way I'm going to believe that. I know it's some stuff you're going to be like, no, they don't need to know about that. It's like
some shit just needs no basis.
I'm gonna give you the basics. I'm gonna let you know who I am, but I'm not going to tell you every single detail.
Right. And see, sometimes things don't get disclosed because you're trying to reach that end game. What do I have to tell you? What do I have to tell you that I was an active gang member back in the 90s? What do I have to tell you that for if I'm not that person anymore?
Well, not only that, what does that have to do with the future?
And that's my whole point. If I'm trying to reach my end game,
it's certain things you should leave behind.
Yes.
I mean, whether if you did it or not, leave it behind to me. It's like, I don't need to know that. I'm not concerned about ex-boyfriends and all that. Really, I'm not. I'm like, okay, that was the past.
Exactly.
Unless you still dealing with the dude, then you need to let me know.
Right.
But I don't care, what happened between y'all, to be honest.
I mean, hell, y'all ended for a reason.
Because
and it was before me. What do I care?
Right. I always said that if he was that great, why are you not with him? Like, explain that to me.
Hell, they can't explain it.
If he was the greatest man you ever met, then why y'all not together?
Right.
Because justify that one for me.
I mean, the only thing I can gather from that, honestly, in situations like that, because you still want to be there, or B, you're trying to make me jealous. But in the same aspect, I don't really care.
No, I don't either.
You know,
and to get into that leads to why a lot of these women are saying that these guys are feminine. Well, you led them in that direction, and there are cases where that woman wants that boy to be the man she wants him to be.
100%.
You got to allow him to be what he's going to be. You know, keep him out of harm, protect him, care for him. You can nurture him, but you're trying to make him be the exact man you want him to be, or some guy that you was head over heels for. Now you want to project all that onto him,
right?
And try to turn him into that guy when that's not him.
At all.
That's why a lot of these guys have these feminine traits. You know, it's like they're around their mother all the time. She's babying him.
Mm-hmm.
Let them go out there and lose a fight, a real fight. I ain't talking about some pretend. But let him get his head busted, lumped up a few times, and then he gonna go, oh, okay. Well, now I see.
Right. Oh, now I know I can't talk this shit. Or now,
you know, exactly.
Now I know I need to go hit this weight room.
Right. Something, take a boxing class or something.
Right.
Let them,
you know what I'm saying?
Let them take them lumps. You can't protect them all this life.
And because especially the boys, because the thing about it is, and I don't think a lot of women realize this, because a lot of them aren't scrappers. A lot of them will pick up that phone and call another man, police, for backup. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, the point that I'm making is, a lot of women don't realize where a boy learns whether or not he can take a punch or not. It's not from his fight, not from the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the ass whooping he got from his mama. Mm-hmm. Now he gonna. But if you're not, but today's women, most women are not disciplinarians, not in the physical aspect. Yeah, so if he's not taking this, let him run his mouth and get his. Yeah, I can get down with this. Oh, I like that. Or nah, this ain't for me.
And then not only that, he's probably used to his mama running her mouth all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he picks up on that. He thinks that's the way to handle things.
Yeah.
So, but that there's no manliness in him at all.
Mm-mm.
Not from no point of view. So it's like, damn, these little young dudes, I just look at them and laugh because I'm like, man, y'all really are just lost.
Man, I tell you, yeah, they are. It's crazy. I remember I got into a physical altercation. Now I would fight. And I truth be told, I ain't gonna lie, I like to fight. But there was a situation where I was outnumbered.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't in the moment know how to handle that. So I took off. You know what I'm saying? I took off. It's that fun, right?
Exactly.
So wait a minute. I ran home. They chased.
Mm-hmm.
I went in the house. Mom was standing in the kitchen window washing dishes. Happened to look out. I don't even do homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on the cheek, and where you going? Going to do my homework. Well, that was the first telltale, right? I don't do no damn homework. So now here they come around the corner. I done left them. It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 3 or 4 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, they out there, motherfucker, woo. She called me back down them stairs. She say, get out there and fight.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, get out there and fight, or you gonna fight me. I said, okay. So I walked past her. As I walked past her, right, she threw this bullshit in there, and you better win. Oh, man, listen. Throwing hands, throwing rocks, picking up sticks, this shit.
You better walk out there with a bat.
Right. Right. Because here's the thing, right? Again, after dad and mom split up,
mm-hmm.
now she's raising a teenager, a preteen.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So now I'm really catching these hands on. Beep, pop, beep, beep. Didn't I tell you? She did what she had to do. These mothers ain't out here doing that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? No. So I say that to tie it all in. when your hands are soft, and you ain't got no look about you, and you raising the boy. Now, don't get me wrong, you can't turn him into a man, but in the same aspect, you gotta let him take his losses.
You got to take.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta let him take his losses.
That's the only way he's gonna grow up.
Right. Shit, man. Look, even, and I'm not a Christian, but even Jesus took his losses, right?
True.
Because Mary being the mother, the crucifixion, she didn't say, "No, that's my baby, get out the way." She let him get nailed up there.
Right. She should like let it go.
Right. But then after the crucifixion, she got him down. She cleaned him up. He was gone, but nonetheless, she did what she did as a mother. She cleaned him up. She loved him. She held on to him. She shed her tears. She wrapped him in, in the. You feel me? As the story goes, even she let her son take his lumps. Yeah, that's just part of being a man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna win some. You're gonna what Pop say? You're gonna win some. You're gonna lose some. But you're gonna live to fight another day.
Exactly. That's the way it goes. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, but as far as this whole relationship thing, I don't even think there's a real answer.
I feel like it may not be. I feel like the end game. Because here's the thing, right? And I agree with you. In today's society, there is no true answer because they're dating for no reason. Yeah, not no reason, but they're dating just to say they're not alone. They're dating to say that I got somebody, and whether it's male or female, I got somebody that's financially taking care of me.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is what it is. I think that a lot of people are afraid to die alone.
Man, shit, I was born in this bitch by myself. I'm gonna leave this bitch by myself.
They are terrified. So
yes.
Like, I will connect myself with anybody.
Yes.
just to keep from being alone.
Yes. So, I mean, and it's crazy because like when we were younger, if you had a look about yourself, you didn't want nothing ugly. If you had a little cake about yourself, a little paper, you ain't want nobody broke. These dudes taking stuff that so ugly it scare a Rottweiler off the back of a meat truck.
I mean,
these women dating homeless men. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
It's as far as looks.
I'm just being honest.
Sometimes that's your best bet.
I mean, you gotta be realistic with your goals. You know what I mean? If you look like,
come on, man. I mean, I don't like ugly women either. That's a problem. But I'm just saying, some of these guys and women,
yes,
I look at them and I go, "Wow."
Right. How'd that happen? Who chose
your
who?
best choice? Like, God.
Right. Who chose who?
Right.
And you say, "Wow." Hey, look. You say, "Wow." I've seen some shit, and I'd be like, "Wow," or "How?" You know what I'm saying? Not wow, but
that was their best option, man. Because I've seen some dudes with chicks, and I'm like, "Whoa."
I think it might be whoa. Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
I was like, "Whoa, she didn't have a sister or a cousin?" Because
man, and it's weird because you get a preview, right? And this is the part that people they completely forget about, right? There's a reason why they're called MILFs or DILFs or whatever, DILFs and all this type of shit, right? You get a preview. Go look at the mama. You know what you're about to get, right? Go look at the daddy. You know what you're about to go get.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into. That's
so for you to be like, oh man, she sucker, you knew what you was getting into.
Yeah, you knew she was whooped when you met her.
You knew what you was getting from
you didn't have your eyes closed when you met her. You knew.
Listen, you in a relationship, right? I'm just keeping it real. You in a relationship, right? She didn't introduce you to the family, and vice versa, right? When you met the mama, and the mama didn't look nothing like, you knew that was war paint on her face. When he introduced you to his uncle or his father, whatever male role model, you knew he was, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man, stop it. You know, you knew what was going down. Stop playing.
That could be fixed, and I'm all for it. But at some point, they're gonna see the real you. I mean,
right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because like, all right, so keep it real. You see my dad, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I could dupe you that way.
Uh-huh.
But if you see my father or my biological brother, you'd be like, oh, okay, I see where you get it from. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at Junior, you look at myself, and you look at my father, you see triplets. Okay. You throw Kamari in the mix, it's quadruplets. All right.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, he'd be like, shoot, that's a handsome fella. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that my father's unsightly, you know what I'm saying? But you know what you're getting.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But if I introduce you to my dad, you can be like, well, you must look like your mom or your daddy must got some weak genes. You get them, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, you know what you getting when you look at the parents. So if she introduced you, oh, this is my mom and this is my sister. Now you looked at the mama, you looked at the sister. Now you're starting to question whether or not you got the right one. But then you look at her and you like, hold up. You know that's war paint. You see what I'm saying? I've been duped. You knew what you was getting into, man.
You can get fooled real easy.
You know what I'm saying?
That I gotta say, man, is it low self-esteem or what the deal is? Because I'm like, damn, you picked a monster. I mean, come on. I try not to be rude about it, but I'm like, man, were you walking backwards with your eyes closed when you met her? Because damn, ain't no way.
And see, and so sometimes it comes into play, even at that age. Was you thinking with the little head or the big head?
Yeah, it had to be the little one, because
you see what I'm saying? Right.
Ain't no way.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Because all right, and so in those situations, even that, right? Oh man, I got me a baddie.
Oh yeah,
as they call him now.
Oh
man, she's super bad. She's super fine.
Right.
Okay, so what is your end game? Because we all know that looks going eventually diminish.
Fade. Yeah, they're gonna fade away. So.
Right. So what is your end game? Oh, girl, he got some good dick. Eventually, that mug gonna cease to function.
But you know what's funny? I've had dudes that show me a picture of their girl, and all I could say was, "Okay." I mean, seriously, I'm like, okay, man. That's all I can say. I was like, yeah, that's yours, man.
Right, that part, because I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've looked at some, like I've looked at some of the homeboys girls, and I'm like,
yeah, it's like
there's somebody for everyone. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where, and I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you, right? I've even told him, I say, man, what are you doing? He said, well, what you mean? I said, you're still young. No homo, but you're not ugly. But then I'm looking at, I'm like,
yeah,
like what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like let's be real. I mean, low self-esteem. For those who know me know that I don't have a preference, but I'm not but again, I have no preference. Black, white, skinny, plus size. She's unshapely. I'm gonna keep it a buck. She's unshapely. And got a bunch of kids. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that is like you said, that's some homeless dudes that's looking
right. You see what I'm saying? Now, exactly. Now, I'm not saying that
not saying she's not a good person.
It don't match. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A blue sock and a red sock don't match.
Right. Yeah.
You over here on some Punky Brewster type shit.
I'm not saying that every woman you meet is going to be a supermodel.
Hell no, no doubt.
But look at the qualities of it, and that might be the thing for a lot of these guys, because they like, okay, she is a good person. She might not be the best looking, but she's a good person. But me personally, I need the combo. I need you to look.
Well, here's the thing.
I need you to look like something and be a good person. Maybe that's asking too much, but I need both of them.
Right, but along the lines of what you said earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good person, awesome sauce. But if she was a good person, now keep in mind we did say that people pretend they catfish. Mm-hmm. If she was a good person, why did it only last 2-3 months? Why did it only last for the wintertime?
Well, because maybe she figured out he wasn't good.
That's possible too.
You know, I can't solely say it was a woman's fault. Maybe just down the line she went, oh man, I made a mistake.
That's possible too.
Did somebody I should have left alone.
That 100%.
You know, but it goes back to me. It goes back to that loneliness thing where you got some women out here that are like, I don't want to be alone, so let me connect myself with the first thing that comes along. That end up being the wrong guy they ever should have been with in the first place. But it goes on to that. Oh well, I didn't know he went. Give it time; it'll show itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'll definitely show itself. You know,
right?
But I mean, there are situations where I would think this too. A lot of the females out here try to change the man from what he is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you know that he lives with his mama, he doesn't have a job, doesn't have a car, multiple kids, there's your warning right there. What make you think you gonna get with him and totally change his life? He's showing you the pattern right there. But you think he's gonna be with you and just be this ultimate man to you.
Right. So I don't know if she's here or not, but I'm gonna speak on it.
Okay.
So Auntie had posted something a few months back that said that a good woman makes a man better. And I think that's where a lot of women got it wrong.
Yeah.
You are not going to make him any better than what he already is. Mm-hmm. Case in point, right? You want to take nothing and make it something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then do that with a business then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do it with something that's going to benefit you.
That's worthwhile. That's going to be beneficial to you.
Right.
Yeah.
You pouring your all into something that is nothing. Let me do it this way. Let me say it this way. You claim that you want a man, but you out here dating your child.
Yeah.
You raised your child and then told him, okay, well, you're 18, make your way into the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you didn't took somebody else's child that a woman has raised or failed,
mm-hmm.
and said, okay, well, I can do it better than his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. But then when you fail at it, now you want to bitch and complain, oh, he ain't shit, man ain't.
Bad choice.
How is it that, right? How is it that men ain't shit, or there's no positive role models? Goes back to what Jamie was saying. How is it that men ain't shit, or there's no positive role models when they're statistically being raised by the mothers? So don't hate him. Go hate his mama. Or y'all get together and circle up, powwow, have a hen house and sit up and figure out how to make it better.
Yeah, that's what it goes back to what I was saying about a lot of these guys out here act like they mama.
Yeah, damn right.
You know, so
You're damn right.
as a woman, you should see that and go, wait a minute.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
No,
What's up, Eric? How you doing, baby?
Because you know, if his mama is worthless, what do you expect out of him?
Right. And see that all right. So to tie that in, right? The feminine male and the masculine woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
A woman feels like when a man is not doing what she wants him to do, she has to tap into her masculine energy.
Mm-hmm.
When have you ever heard of a man tapping into his feminine energy that wasn't gay?
Never.
Okay. So strike one. Point number two. I'm not gay. I'm not bisexual. What the hell do I want with anything that's got masculine energy around me other than my sons? What do I look like laying down with a stud?
Mm-hmm. No,
You see what I'm saying? I don't want nothing masculine around me. I got male friends, and hell, I ain't around them all like that.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, as a woman, you're not gonna outman me. That's just
Never.
Never. I don't care what you're trying to pretend to be. It's just not gonna happen.
Right. But and so the point that I'm making is you got a question as to, well, I can't find a man or I can't keep a man. For those who are honest about it, it's because you're trying to be a man. Unless he's gay or bisexual, he don't want a real man. Don't want nothing to do with you.
It's true. It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's something you doing that's making it go, not
right.
this.
So, in game, if you're looking for marriage, if you're looking for life partner, then you have to start moving like that. Okay. So a person who is trying to be successful in the entertainment business, right, has to move accordingly. So if I'm trying to be in the music industry, I have to live my life as I'm already in the music industry. I can't wait till I'm just signed and say, okay, well, I'm gonna start putting money off to the side for these tours. No, I got to start doing that now. Anything that you want, you have to live your life as if you already have that. It's easier to get a job when you have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So if you are looking for a husband or a wife, then you need to start associating and realigning your circle with people who are married.
Well, not just married, long-term married.
Or right. Thank you.
Because not just married, because there's a lot of married couples out here that not worth a quarter. Seriously.
You're right. Because like my all right, so my thing is this, right? Like I said, like marriage nowadays is a long distance. I mean, not long distance. Marriage is short-term dating. Okay, long-term dating rather. Because lack of longevity.
Mm.
When I'm in a relationship, I do family-oriented things.
Okay.
These are the people that I align myself with. So my buddies that are married for some years, these are people that I like being around.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't want to be around his wife. You know what I'm saying? But it's a package deal. I'm not just gonna go. Oh, I'm just gonna go hang out with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In the same aspect, I respect the distance. So you're married. I know not to call you at a certain hour. I would never disrespect your marriage. I know I can't eat up all your time.
Right.
So you might only hear from me. Excuse me. You might only hear from me twice a month, or on special occasions, or when you invite me to something. When I invite you to something, I'm inviting you to a family function. Not, hey man, let's go hang out. Me and the guys, we gonna go. No, you get what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question off topic.
Okay.
Because somewhere earlier you had mentioned about you had mentioned that the difference of how men and women move in relationships.
Okay.
How they hang out with their friends that are married, but they're not long-term married, right? Something that I noticed, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna make the statement, then I'm gonna ask you the question, and you tell me if you see it or if you're in agreement with it.
Okay.
I noticed that from my personal experiences that women promote separation, men promote unification when it comes to relationships. Let me clarify. When my relationship is on the rocks, she goes to her girls. Girl, you don't need him. You could do better. Blah, 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 blah. I go to the fellas. Man, you know you love her, man. Stick it out. Rock with her, man. Work it out. I see it all the time on social media as well. You know what I'm saying? Is this something that is true, or is this something that I'm just
in certain cases, because I've been guilty of both. You know, I've known guys that's had problems with their wives, and I'm like, so what you gonna do? You know, you gonna ride it out, or this is it? You know, what you gonna do? Because I like being around good people.
Absolutely.
So,
excuse me.
If I'm talking to a guy that's married and he's having all kind of problems, I would tell him, hey man, you might want to think about ending that. You know, I'm gonna be upfront and honest about it. You might want to end that. But if I see that there's probably just a slight misunderstanding between them two, then I go, man, go home and work that out.
Right.
You know, don't throw it all away with something stupid.
Now, me being completely honest, I too am guilty of doing both. In my younger years, I played the fence where, man, fuck her, man. She ain't about shit. Da, 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 da. Man, you get a different one. Being completely honest, my motive was impure.
Okay.
I promoted the separation because I wanted to go over and tap that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't going to hit it while y'all was together. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, like I said, my teenage years, I was a grimy little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just being honest. Right. But as I became mature, entered into manhood, the marriage life, the relationships, and I started to see, like, yo, you genuinely love her. Like you said, it may not even be, that's something that y'all can push through. Like, why did you get with her? You know what I'm saying? If every rough patch, you just gonna be like, then what was the point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, like I said, in game, when you dating, are you dating for? Are you practicing for failure? Or you know what I'm saying? Are you just dating just so you have a regular sex partner? Or are you looking for somebody to say, hey, this is the one?
But I mean, in all cases, I would honestly say you got to prepare for the worst.
You better.
You know, because
You better.
that's what probably destroyed a lot of people because they thought I'm gonna be with this person forever,
And it was gonna be smooth sailing.
forever.
Yeah.
You know, never. To death do us part, right?
But wait a minute, ain't there another part to that? In sickness and health, for
and
better
health,
or worse?
worse.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, proceed.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know because I went through the process.
Yes.
And then when it was over, I was like, oh, what the hell do I do now? Because I wasn't expecting that part to happen.
Right.
I went in there bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, thinking, okay, I'm good.
Man.
Then when it all fell apart, I was like, man, what the hell just happened?
Listen.
Now what do I do?
Right. Listen. I've been situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things was getting hectic.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was cool. Shit started to get little friction.
Right.
I made it clear, you know what I'm saying? I made it clear where I was how I was feeling. My patience is definitely being tested.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't mean that I was packing up or ready to dash, you know what I'm saying? Just making it clear that, you know what I'm saying? This is like this is,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, this but you know what I'm saying, but we gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? We it's gonna be fine. Sometimes the way things are interpreted, a lot of times can cause the issue, you know what I'm saying? And so I've learned to just be silent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong, you know what I'm saying? I think sometimes, man, in a relationship, I think sometimes the partner expects you to have the right words to say, and you may not have the right words to say. Sometimes you think you're saying the right thing, and it might actually make it worse. I find it sometimes it's better just to shut the fuck up. you know
Yeah, but then if you do that, you're gonna hear, "Oh, you don't have nothing to say."
I mean,
So,
okay, and that's true. That's true.
It's hit
That
or
is
miss.
true.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Because I've heard that too. Oh, you don't have no opinion. But damn, if I give it, you're gonna hate for what I'm saying. So where do I
have
go?
opinion?
Like, should I say something? Or
Well, here's the thing. You asked me, do I have an opinion?
Right. You asked me,
Yes, I
and then
do.
when I give it to you,
Nah, I ain't gonna give it to you.
you're gonna be
You
mad
asked
at
me, I
that.
got an
So
opinion.
damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why like for me, like I said, I'll shut up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, as I said, silence sometimes can speak the loudest, but if actions speak louder than words, sometimes shutting up is probably the best thing to do. Just you'll see it. Be patient, you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? The problem is a lot of people nowadays don't, and I'm not just talking about women. There's a lot of people, period, that just lack patience. You know what I'm saying? Your patience will be tested 1,000 times over. You know what I'm saying? And that's because nothing is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So let it come as it may. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't give you the perfect answer. If you ask me, hey, what do you think about this? You might hear something you don't want to hear. so, so now I gotta re-explain what I just said.
Right. hey, and then it's weird because like you find yourself in that situation where it sounded different when it was in your head, but then when you was typing the word, it was like, I didn't mean it like that.
But when it came out, you sit there saying, "But this dude an asshole."
Yeah, hey man, listen. I didn't heard. Oh, you're an asshole so much to the point where I started to think it was my name. I started answering.
Yeah, right. You started answering to it. Like,
you're an asshole.
Huh? You
Hey,
call me?
Did you call me? Right.
Right. You call me?
Yeah, no,
buddy.
true. You know, man,
So
it's crazy.
like,
you know what I'm saying? You take it in stride, you grin and bear it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like you people have to understand that all waters have waves. Even the stillest pond has waves. When the wind blows, it's gonna be some ripples. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go with it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, don't rock the boat. You ain't never seen a boat not rock. You know what I'm saying?
I'll flip it over to be
right.
real.
We live on a planet that has wind. Why do you think that everything
it's gonna rock? It's gonna rock. Like I said, it might be the Titanic when I get done.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you. Listen,
hey, it's gonna happen.
Tell you, man. So I'm trying to tell you.
It's definitely gonna happen, but
yes.
I can never give the perfect answer.
And look, you know what? There's never a perfect answer because what we think is if nobody's perfect and it came out of my mouth, then it can't be perfect. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how perfect in your eyes I am. You know what I'm saying? Because however love blind you may be or whatever have you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm just so in love with him or whatever have you. I don't care how perfect I am in your eyes. Baby, you heard it here first. I am not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So and let me just make this plain too. Not only am I not perfect, I don't want to be perfect. Perfect is boring. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I don't have all the answers. I'm gonna make my mistakes. I'm gonna learn from my mistakes. Mm-hmm. But when I speak in opinions, and you know, when I give my opinion, this is what I feel is the best, or what I think is the best in the moment, or for that situation. Now, you take it how you want. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like what I said, then do something different, or stop asking me. Come on, man. I'm just saying.
Oh no, trust me, I've heard that too. I've heard so why you like this? I'm like,
hey man, yeah.
I'm like, you asked, what do I think?
Yes. Hey, listen.
Please stop asking, what do I think?
Right. Listen, at this point, you ready to tell them, look, don't you got your own goddamn brain? Use it.
I'm like, because you already know when you ask me,
right,
the answer is not going to be the greatest answer ever.
Hey, better yet, look, let me ask you a question. You asked me why what she asked you why you like
this? Yeah, she just say, why you like that? And I just say,
so let me flip it back at it, right? Why'd you ask me? You know what I'm saying? So essentially, this because you know what? This happened one time, right?
That's why I'm laughing, because it's hilarious to me.
This happened to me one time, right? I'm talking about after like a 15-minute hamster wheel, we just going back. So I finally hit her with that, right? Like, why are you even asking me if you
didn't know what she said?
Yeah. You know what she told me?
What you say? I just wanted your opinion.
No. Hey, when she hit me with it, right, I couldn't do nothing but I started laughing hysterically. She said, "So I know what not to do."
Oh wow! Hey, Thank you.
I bust up after I say you ain't shit.
Right. Thank you. So
hey, for 15 minutes, we went
15 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, about 15 minutes. And I'm like, man, so finally, like, I'm getting like the decibels are getting louder, you know what I'm saying? The kids are starting to look like
What's going on?
Is they fighting and they arguing?
Right.
And I'm like, yo. So finally, I just like, yo, why are you even asking me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you asking me? Like, what do you want? Why are you asking me? Just formulate your. So I know what not to do. You know what you ain't shit. Get out of my face.
At that point, you just say, well, thank you. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
I say, man, that's crazy, man. And I had to respect it. It was funny as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Hey, I've said it in a podcast before. Remember the campaign back in the early 90s, the Crash Dummies? You could learn a lot from a dummy. You just learned in the reverse. Yeah, right. That part. So that's what she was on. She was hitting me, trying to call me. I said, you ain't shit. Oh, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, in goal games, in game goal, ladies, fellas, I like I said, this is more of a Q&A. I gave my piece on it. Me personally, I personally feel like a lot of people are out here dating without purpose, and that's just my take on it. Only because if you're looking for a life partner, as Jamie mentioned, or if you're looking for marriage, as how it was back in the day, but
not gonna happen. Yeah.
Right, you're not in. There's no engagement. You've been boyfriend or girlfriend for fucking 5 years. Like, you got to question that. Okay, on some real, you got to question that. If you've been dating, and this is what you really want, to be married or whatever. If you've had the title of boyfriend or girlfriend for 5 years, or I'm gonna be honest with you, anything over 2 years, because you do have financial situations and shit. Especially if you want this extravagant type wedding, but now if you're trying to just go down to justice of the peace and just quietly get married, that's suspect. But anything over 2 years, and this is why I say it's suspect. Anything over 2 years, man, now I'm starting to question. Well, what are you waiting on? Jump in. Look, you can't swim if you don't get in the water. Shit or get off the pot. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
But
you see what I'm saying? So okay. 5 years. Oh yeah, this is my girlfriend. He ain't trying to marry you.
But see,
or vice versa.
The reason I say that is this, because like my daughter's mother, we're together, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've known each other about 30 years now.
Right.
We've actually been living together for maybe the past 15 years.
Right.
Now, I can ask her within the next 5 minutes to get married, but I don't want to. And she understands that. So I hear what you're saying about after 2 years, but she knows I don't want to be married.
Well, remember I said in the beginning, I said, if that's what you're looking for to be married.
Oh, no, she is. Believe me.
Oh.
On her end, it's like, she wants to be married. Right? But on my end, I'm like, I don't want to be married. So
gotcha. So
I even joke. I'm sorry. I even joke and I tell her, well, go find somebody and get married.
Right. I've said that too. Because like I don't want that. So let me ask for you. No, let me ask on her end. Okay. Is it the benefit aspect, or what is it that she's got her heart set on the marriage part for? And then after you answer that, what is your reasoning for not?
I would say for the title.
Okay.
To have the acknowledgement. But as I told her, I said, think about how long we've been together.
Right.
What's going to change?
That part.
I mean, because financially, what's half or nothing? You know,
no.
it's like, what you going to gain?
Right.
Seriously. But on my end, I would say it has to do with being married before.
Okay.
And the way that went. So as I'm getting older, I've gotten the chance to say, okay, I know who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and this is not something that I want.
Fair
Now,
enough.
at the same time, brother, uh, she doesn't have to worry about other women calling my phone or
Right.
mysterious women popping up at the door or some random
Right.
kid talking about, oh, you my daddy. That that's
Right. You guys are
that
living married.
we are living together.
Right.
We have
So
a good solid foundation. So I
not
don't think that marriage is going to prove anything.
well,
I truly don't.
here's the thing. The reason being is because you keep saying living together. You guys aren't just living together. You guys are living married.
Yeah, we function as a married couple.
Exactly. So
Anybody that
that
don't know us will say, "Oh, they
right,
married."
right. So that's what I'm saying. So here's the thing, right? I don't know how old she is, but is she aware of common law marriages or how those
Oh
used
yeah,
to work?
yeah. Because
So
we actually went to it was funny. I had a doctor's visit and she was with me,
okay.
and the doctor said, "Are you married, single, or whatever?" And
Yes.
I said, she was sitting there. She said, "It's like a common law marriage." I said, "They don't exist in my world." I
Right,
said,
right, right.
I said but I'm joking about it because that's
Yes.
me. But I mean, yeah. If you didn't know us or you saw us,
Right.
you would say that's a married couple.
Couple. Right.
A married couple, regardless of the legal standpoint from it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, common law, whatever you want to call it. Yes, we are.
Right.
So
So
I don't get the whole, gotta be married within a certain time frame
right.
thing.
Well, here's the thing. So when you actually know the origins of marriage, this, that, and third, you'd be like, yeah, I ain't fucking with this shit anyway. But so because it has nothing to do with religion at all, it's actually a legal contract,
Mhm.
which is government tied, um, which actually puts you on the losing end as the male because the wife is here, the husband is here, but in the middle is the government, and so the matrimony is between him and her, you and the government, but in the same aspect, you're the one that gets fucked. Um, the thing about it is this is where I think a lot of women, the government presents it very pretty, but when you think about it logically,
Mhm.
did you need that piece of paper to say, "Hey, this is my boyfriend"?
No, you don't at all.
So why did you need the piece of paper to say this is my husband?
Because for some reason in everybody's head, they think that you need that to prove that the two of you are together.
Okay. So did Joseph and Mary have a marriage certificate?
Not the last time I checked.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So again,
Who married Adam and Eve?
uh, were they even married? Hey, because as it said, they said the first wife was actually Lilith.
Lilith.
Right.
So was Eve the side chick? But I ain't gonna go off into that. But it's like,
I mean, hey, listen, that would make sense as to why when Cain murdered Abel and he
right.
left the garden and took a wife, well, where the fuck did this wife? All right.
Yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms. I'm not gonna open it up, but
hey, man,
I'm just saying that paperwork is just that paperwork.
Yes.
I'd rather see somebody that's been together over 20 years or so and just be cool and that they got a good life together. I'm not going to be like, well, y'all not married. That doesn't make it right. No, man. If they're okay, they're happy, they're comfortable with their lifestyle, then so be it.
I swear, man, it's almost like the 1800s during the slavery era. You needed this person to stand up there and say, you needed this person to give you permission to have children, to be married, to leave the plantation, to eat, to sleep, to take a piss, whatever have you. And now you need somebody to stand there and tell you, This is someone that you can't tell. Kanye West said what? You can't tell me nothing. How you gonna tell me about mine?
Yeah, that I mean, it's to the point that you can get married in Vegas somewhere,
Yeah, man.
but getting divorced, you're gonna go through hell and high water to make that happen.
Right. So Beth, what's up, Beth? How you doing? So Beth says necessity of marriage was because women couldn't have anything without a husband.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
now we're past that, and what is the necessity of marriage?
to
And again, that's a legal thing, and it's not. It has. You get what I'm saying? It's
like I said, to show everybody this is my
right.
husband.
That
This
part.
this is who I'm trying to control. Because
Right.
I mean that's the biggest part. This is who I'm trying to control.
My
On
bad. I
both
didn't see
parts,
that.
not just women, but men as well. They do that too.
Right. That's my bad, Beth. I didn't see the second part come through. It just came through. She says that's not the case now, but the tradition is ingrained. So it's interesting, right? Because the tradition of marriage in the legal aspect of it, yes. Marriage actually is. Whoa, hello.
Yeah, what was that?
That was me over here. There we go. Marriage actually, I'm trying to catch different angles because for clipping. Marriage is actually marriage actually goes way, it's pagan. That's the best way to put it.
Okay.
The binding of wrists. It starts, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Druids that actually started the concept of what we understand of marriage. Then somewhere along the line, they learned to twist it in the whole nine, and each culture has its own little traditions. African cultures, they jump the broom. The European culture, they only got married during the summertime outside, and the bouquet of flowers was to hide the hideous scent of the bride. So, I mean, there is a lot of things, but like you said, it is ingrained with a lot of tradition. A lot of tradition. Man, this was. I just needed to touch bases with people, man. I needed to know what's going on out here. Oh, hold on, real quick, man. So I gotta find it. Give me a second. So I saw something earlier on the book, and oh man, and I said, oh, I'm gonna discuss this in the I'm gonna touch on this in the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a post that said, y'all watch CBS this morning? Men is falling in love with their AIs. Okay.
Okay.
So you know who I am and what I am and how I go with that. And I was like, So before I read my response in the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you as a man, right? What is it? What do you got to say to that? Men falling in love with AI, like cybernetic lovers, or that type of shit.
Weirdo behavior.
Okay.
I mean, call me crazy, but I like actual real women.
100%. 100%.
I don't know what how that is.
Right.
How do you fall in love with something that's artificial?
So you know me. Here we go. I said, if this is indeed true, then it sounds like women are losing.
Yeah, for real. Shit.
Okay. So I says, hold on, let me. So it says, that's just pathetic. My opinion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I said, fair enough. I said, now let's go back 2 to 3 years ago when the rose was the craze, or even 2 years ago before that, when the G vibe, women were publicly talking and posting about how they were getting rid of lovers and boyfriends. It was cool then, but now there's a potential cyber replacement for women in the favor of men. And here come the complaints and the naysayers. Now, I'm not saying your opinion is wrong. Hell, me personally, ain't nothing like the real thing. But think about the fact that I just pointed out. It gets deeper, but it's something to really sit back and think about. It needs to be addressed. Right? So this where I'm at with it, right? Like, I'm not saying that I want to go get me a Gok Deep Throat Super 6000. You know what I'm saying? First off, I can afford it, right? But when you got
I'm gonna let you have that one.
Right? But when the Rose and the G vibe was the craze, y'all was all on board about y'all little tech.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Oh man, who needs a man, girl? Ooh, I got my little girl. Seeing it all on Facebook and social media left and right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then let's look at the other side of another aspect of things too. First off, because it's for us, it's gonna cost a pretty penny, right?
Exactly.
So either A, he's super lonely, but he can afford that type of companionship, or B, he still can afford that companionship, and like I said in my response, he's looking to replace that woman for whatever reason. Is she nagging? Is she not? Is she weaponizing sex where she don't want to protect? Oh, you ain't getting nothing. And now he ain't got to ask no goddamn questions. Is it because now I have companionship without all the fucking headaches?
Mm-hmm.
Like these are things. See, because here's the thing, right? Women have had their toys of men genitalia, not so much where they thought or interacted in an entirety. You see what I'm saying? But now that you're speaking on an artificial intelligence that can speak, that can answer the questions, that can show I don't know how far advanced it is robotic wise, you know what I'm saying? Is it cooking dinner, all that type of shit? I don't know. But can show the feminine aspect that men are so much craving. Now it's an issue. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if they ever really invented something that came 99% like a woman, y'all would be done.
Hey.
Y'all would be completely obliterated from the earth. I mean, seriously, it's like it's almost like it's a plot. It's like,
that's my whole point. Because here's the thing:
they're not going to make something that comes that close to a woman.
That's what I'm saying.
If technology, every man would have one. I don't care who you are.
That's my whole point.
I'm going to get one. You know,
technology can outwoman a woman.
Oh boy,
you're in trouble.
They would be done.
Right.
It would stop procreation. I'm seriously.
I mean, shit. Let's be real about it. The reproduction rate,
it would drop.
Took a major drop anyway.
It would bottom out because there is nothing, and not that I've ever used them before. Y'all start assuming. But if that ever happened, women would be done.
I mean, shit. You've seen the Doomstone tablets. What do you say? X amount of people on the planet at any given time, and it look like they trying to whack off the next lump.
Exactly. Women would be done. Y'all would be walking around like, oh, what do we do now?
Listen, some of them wouldn't even care. Hell, they got a headache. They don't. I'm tired. I got a headache. I don't want. You ain't getting none tonight. So, I mean, shit. It probably would work. I'm just bullshitting. My bad. I'm just playing.
Nah, that's what I say. Nah.
Hey, look, here come the guns. Light me up.
That goes back to saying you would see me with the ugliest woman walking because ain't no way.
Man, listen, I like they said, it ain't nothing like the real thing, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not bypassing that.
But it really made me think. I'm like, damn. Because I went back and read some of the other comments. I kind of been following the post throughout the day. Oh my gosh, these dudes ain't shit and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? They're so desperate and I'm like, damn, but you. I know for a fact you got a rose. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. She probably
remember you was on the post. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of threw me. I was like, now that there's something in the man's favor.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong. Right. It's totally wrong.
Right. Everything. It's sad, but everything. Masculinity has become criminal.
Oh, definitely.
Unless she's doing it.
Right. Then it's justified.
Right. It's just crazy.
You can't really be the man you want to be anymore because then guess what? Oh, you're toxic.
Shit, I'm gonna be the man that I was intended to be regardless.
Yeah. You ain't different. You ain't
gotta fuck me. That's cool.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see me walking around with makeup on. Talking about I'm trying to explore my feminine side. No, that ain't gonna happen.
Hey, you don't want one of the man purses neither?
No. Yeah, that's a purse. Don't try to play that off as a bag. I don't care if Gucci did make it. That's a purse. Okay.
Man, right. And this the thing, right? Gucci this, Gucci that. Gucci all of a sudden making it like everything cool, right? Do you remember when Gucci was them jumpsuits and them sweatsuits? I know you do. Yeah. All right, so
the bootlegs,
right, exactly. So what his name? Drake said started from the bottom. Now because I remember when we was at the bottom. So because now Gucci saying, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah.
I'm supposed to flip flop.
Yeah, no, man.
You made that one up.
I don't know who told you that, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Gucci's not the spokesperson for me.
You know what's up? I mean, to change the subject a bit. Mm-hmm. Any guys out there listening, take off them stupid ass face masks.
Hey, you know what? I ain't
seriously take them off.
So here's the thing, right? They approaching the right people because you approach anybody with one of them fucking things on in my age group or older, they're gonna lay you down.
Oh yeah, because you a threat.
Down because they see you as they see you as a threat. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Like the same respect that these shop owners where they tell you take your hood off and take that stupid ass mask off. That what was it? Is that who that is?
Shiesty? Yeah, Pooh Shiesty.
Okay. So some knucklehead, and this is a sad thing because realistically, for those who don't know, that mask that they have glamorized and black folks, we make it cool to we make it cool to be ghetto. We make it cool to be dumb.
It's not ghetto. That's stupid.
That's what I say.
Because it's 85 degrees outside. I know that thing stank like hell because you ain't took no parts of a bath
or brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth, but you walking outside with a mask on when it's 85 degrees outside. And then you walk up on me, it's like, oh boy, you about to get it.
Right, exactly.
Off the top.
and then make it twice as bad, right? So you wouldn't put the mask on during COVID, but now you got.
But now you want right. Exactly.
So
exactly
well,
looking stupid.
Right. So the same respect that you'll give to these shop owners, now, and this is why I say we make it cool to be stupid. For those of you who don't know, that little mask get up, they call it the music thing or whatever have you. That originally, excuse me, they didn't criminalize it because it originally was for motorcyclists.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Me as a rider, that's what that was for. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to no goddamn store. Like when I had it on, when I went in the store, I made sure
yeah, because they want to see your face.
Yeah. So now we screamed in the holler about Tamir Rice. We screamed about this shop owner killing that kid. Mm-hmm. And then these fuckers going in there like that. Now, what justification do we do? What justification do we have now when they lay one of our kids down?
No.
Okay. I just
nothing but their mama getting on TV talking about he was a good kid and all this, and I'm like, so you didn't have enough common sense to say don't wear that shit?
Or not even say it. Just take the motherfucking thing.
Just snatch it off his head. So man, don't you ever. Right, don't you ever walk around looking like this. I wish my son would. I would take his head off his shoulders.
Man, I seen my son with his on, right? Wait a minute. I seen him with his on, right? The first time I seen him on with it, he had it on right because he rides too. Mm-hmm. And when he rides, he has a helmet on. Mm-hmm. Then I seen him walking around. I said, man, what are you doing?
Right.
Oh man, I said, nah, take that shit off. Right. I said, you ain't robbing nobody. We not doing it. Yeah, you right. And he said, because he told me, because I see him on the videos and stuff, and I say, so and this is what you emulating? Mm-hmm. Somebody that wants to go to the NFL, somebody that wants to go to the Olympics is what you emulating? Some fuckery?
Right.
Nah, you right, Dad.
I mean, it's. I don't get it. I mean, why are you trying to do that? What? And then majority of these dudes can't break a paper bag in half, you know. So
nah.
so who you trying to fool? You know.
Right. I mean, shit. We know what their end game is. Early grave, you know.
Yeah. You want to die young and stupid. Yeah. That's what your goal is. So. But no, that just happened to pop in my head. I was like, man.
No, that's real though. And I'm glad you brought that up because, like, again, that's something that needs to be addressed 100%. You know what I'm saying? It ties, it believe it or not, it ties into the relationship because the kids are a part of the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's no way. As a parent, I'm not saying just women or whatever. As a parent, your child walking around with that on, you should immediately snatch it off their head.
If you
really love them like you claim you do, immediately
value their life. Damn right.
Snatch that off their head and tell them, don't you ever wear this thing again.
Because listen, I don't know about where you are, but in the state of Ohio. I recommend that you do take it off because I'm gonna tell you right now, even though gangbanging is dead and all this type of shit, you do have some of us that are not dead out here. You still got people my generation and older. They're gonna see that as a threat.
Hey,
and the thing about because who wears a mask?
Somebody that ain't up to no good.
And in my state, this is the point that I was getting at. In the state of Ohio. It's an open carry state.
So is Missouri.
So he's not worried about carrying concealment. If I see you looking like a robber, I catch you on my peripheral, I'm gonna blaze the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I'm taking that safety off automatically.
Exactly.
Because you about to catch it. And I don't want to hear your mama later on tomorrow. Oh, he was a good kid. No, you should have kept that good kid in the house and told him that.
That part. You know what I'm saying? And because I'll be honest with you, right? I don't listen to music. I listen to our music. Mm-hmm. What I mean by our music, I'm talking about the 90s, the 80s.
Yeah. That's how I am. Yeah.
I don't want y'all thinking this is a black or white thing. I listen to my music as an artist as well. But I do make it a point. Now, when I do tell you, I don't listen to nothing of this generation, but I do watch the videos. They be on mute. Well, I watch TikToks, but it'd be on because I don't want to. I can't relate to their music. So I do pay attention to their little trends and this, that, and the third because I have kids. But in the same aspect, I say this much: I don't spook easily. But as a black man, if you do manage to spook me, I'm swinging or I'm defending myself with bad intentions.
Right.
So if I don't have it on me and I catch it on my peripheral, my first instinct is to tuck my chin because I'm a boxer. Tuck my chin, slide up under it, and I'm looking to lay something.
Yeah, it is.
You coming around me with a mask. It ain't got nothing to do with my criminal background, none of that. I see you as a criminal. I see myself as first law of the land is what? Self-preservation? Okay. So I see it as a you or me situation. The only person that wears a mask is a motherfucker that's trying to rob.
That's the way I look at it. I'm like, okay, you up to no good already.
Right. But yeah, relationship end games, man. In closing, I guess.
you keep saying end game. I don't think there is an end game.
I mean,
it really
think about
it. There's no end game. It's kind of like,
what is your intent? What
is my intent?
Yeah, what are you looking for? I guess is what I mean by end game.
To die peacefully.
And then you also got to understand something too. This is why I'm saying end game.
Okay.
You lost your mother. I lost my mother. We're the next on the line, and we're next in line. So I don't have a lot of time to be running around talking about I'm gonna go play the field and all this type of shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me rephrase that. People our age, our generation, don't have the luxury of running around saying, well, if this doesn't work out, so what are you dating for? You see what I'm saying? I know what I'm locked in on. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, well, there's no good men out here. Oh, there's no good women. You sitting around wasting time. If you figure out what you want in life at 30 something, at 40 something, and go get it.
But I would say most of them are looking for their version of what's good.
Then go get it.
But they don't know how.
Well, that's a whole nother podcast.
That's serious. They don't know how. Do you remember how hard it was to get a girl's number?
When we was back when in the day?
Was coming? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that was like a mission impossible.
Man.
And then once you got the number, you call the house. You don't know who gonna answer, but they be like, "Oh no, she can't come to the phone right now."
That part.
So you was like, "But damn." I kind of wasted some time. But
exactly, and that's the thing. We wasting a lot of time.
It's just there is no effort. There is no challenge. I'll say.
Okay.
In dating, there's no challenges whatsoever. You got folks hooking up on the first date, licking some random girl's butthole, and thinking that it's okay.
Hey, all because of a song too.
The song, right? And I'm going, who the hell taught you that was cool, man?
What was his name? Young Jock, I think.
Was he want to say that?
Groceries or some shit?
Yeah, but I'm like,
I just want to know what EBT card he used for that.
I don't know. I don't know what made both of y'all say, yeah, this is cool. We're gonna go with this. No, hell no, man, get your nasty ass away from me.
Hey, my response to that, right? Because I had a motherfucking ass when that shit came out. Say, man, you don't eat booty. This is a young cat. I say, listen, man. I come from a generation where we don't kiss ass. What makes you think we gonna lick some booty? You know what I'm saying? We ate all the cookie in the world.
I don't care if you steamed it and put it on a bed of rice. I'm not eating it.
What do you say? I know you.
I do right now. You get your
I did it on accident.
Right.
I know
no accident.
you see it.
Right. That wasn't no accident, partner.
Oh shit, man!
You keep that to yourself. But man, it's just relationships are doomed nowadays. I really see that. I tell my daughter that. I'm like, I see y'all. I tell her all the time, your generation is just ridiculously bad.
Is a motherfucker.
Yeah, I see y'all are just bad. It's just everything y'all do doesn't make sense. It has no purpose behind it. It has no substance. So I told her, if you never get married, I'm all right with that. Because if you find somebody that's worthwhile, I would be shocked. I honestly would.
Man, listen, I'm by the time my daughter decide or even think about that shit, I'm gonna be dead. So I love her to death, but I won't be around to give her off. You know what I'm saying? As they say, give away my daughter. I won't be around for that.
No, I'm like, this generation.
You got brothers though, so I'm gonna tell you right now, you better do right. I said she got brothers, so I'm gonna tell you right now, whoever it may be, he better do right.
It ain't even that. It's just me telling her, look, yeah, you better off flying solo. I mean,
yeah. Hey, what did say? Life is like a box of chocolates. You never. We gonna
stop eating chocolates. That's the best I can tell you. Because these little dudes out here are just
they're different.
They are very different.
They're different. You know what I'm saying? They're very feminine.
Very.
They're very feminine. They're very disrespectful. They got no sense of manners.
Yeah.
They're lost. You know what I'm saying? They're lost.
Very lost.
I tell you what. To be a kid nowadays, or to be a teenager nowadays, with my mentality, I'd be on death row. I've been killed one of these little bastards.
But it's not even that. I don't think I could actually date somebody if I was in that age group right now.
No.
It wouldn't work. It just
I wouldn't want to.
It's like, why? Because you telling me what I need to spend on a first date.
Man, listen. Every female would either hate me or be afraid of me.
Yeah, or where we need to go. I'm like, take yourself out, because
right,
I'm not gonna do it.
That part, yeah, it's true. Hey, listen. In fact, I tell you what, where are we going? Back to your house.
Back home.
What'd you take me home for? Because you need to get back to your father.
To drop you off. That's what I'm taking you back.
Yeah. And I advise you to shut the fuck up before you end up walking.
Exactly. Because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't put many a chick out the car.
Man, that part. That part.
Be like, oh, for real? Okay, check this out.
Man, listen.
Let me pull over this bus stop and let you find your way home.
Listen, I could tell you the story well, right? But my oldest son's mother, she was pregnant with our son at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was snowing. We was going up a hill, and she got the. And I said, over a motherfucking cigarette that you wasn't supposed to be smoking. I politely pulled over to the curb. I told her, I said, get the fuck out. She said, you really gonna put me out the car? It's cold and snowing. I said, fuck yeah. She said, well, I might fall. I said, well, you hold on to the door handle. And so she held on to the door handle, and I drove up the fucking shit. So the fuck did. I don't play. Listen, I don't play that shit, man.
I can't tolerate disrespect.
None
at all.
Because I'm gonna give you, and it's not a I'm a man, I'm better than you thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you as much respect. First off, I'm gonna give you respect off rip.
Mm-hmm.
So where you feel the justification, or feel like you justified, or feel like you go talk that shit to one of these chicks. You know what I'm saying? Don't no. I don't understand the logic. I really don't. I don't understand the logic of talking shit or popping off fly to someone that I can't hold my own against. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a woman beater, but how many women have been backhanded from generation on top of generation from just mere that a man felt? The biggest thing, the most important thing to a man is his respect.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to get the wrong idea thinking I'm going around just beating women just for pleasure.
Yeah, you got it. And it's sad that you got to even say that. But
yeah, I got to say that because they be like, oh, he probably just beat. No, I've never did that. Okay, so that's not the case, but your mouth has limits. Okay. So it's like, all right, now you approaching that level. You should recognize that and say, let me leave him alone for a minute.
I swear to God, it's like having a vagina. It's like they think it makes them exempt from shit.
Yeah, because I've seen, I ain't gonna mention no names, but I've seen quite a few posts where somebody is saying about their a man, and I said, okay, now, all right.
Listen, I know what you're talking about.
I'm like, okay, now, because you can only kick a dog so many times before it jump up and bite you.
Man, listen.
So
first off,
okay, you dealing with the right one because
that's exactly what it is. It's the right one.
It's
the right one.
Wouldn't fly over here.
Hell no.
Nah, I'm like, okay. I just sit back and laugh at it, like, okay.
And I tell you what, right? And this goes both ways, right? For her to do that, she knows the dynamic. She knows the layout.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa, because any guy that ever puts his hands in a relationship on his girlfriend, his wife, knows either A, her daddy dead or incapable, or she ain't got no brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Transpose that. I'm gonna say this. Even though I don't have baby mama drama, there was a couple times where Miles got fly.
Mm-hmm.
They got fly with the mouth when they realized that me and my sister wasn't as close as we used to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's when that type of shit pops off.
Mm-hmm.
When you feel like there's not a female that he ain't got no,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a check and balance system. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's not a man that is going to intentionally haul off and foul.
Mm-hmm.
If he knows there's some repercussions that's either he A, know that he can skull drag everything over there, or B, he know ain't nothing over there.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You take. I wish we had more viewers. And I think I'm gonna put up a poll. I'm gonna ask of the women who have ever been victims of domestic violence or an abusive relationship. When this transpired, I don't want to hear shit about, I was in love and that's all this stupid shit. When this was transpiring, where was your father, or how old was he? And do you have brothers? I'm willing to bet you 95% of these females, probably higher, are going to say, my father's deceased. I don't have no brothers. Or me and my brothers are not that close, meaning they won't get into business. Shit. I listen, I tell you what, and I don't want to go too deep into it because I ain't trying to self-incriminate. No, I'm honest God true. My sister called one time, this before we fell out. My sister called my mama and said, the boyfriend, blah, 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 he just hit me. My mother hung up that phone. She called me. Up to the day my mother, up to the day that my mother had passed, she asked me, she said, where's that boy at? What boy? What but shit? Put your fucking hands on anything that I love. Listen. I know for a fact. Put your hands on it. Put your hands on any female that a man loves or hold close to heart. He coming for that.
Yeah.
He coming for that. I wish. Listen. If mother was old, if mother was dating, and you know that time period was way different. If mother would have been dating or had someone in, and he would have put his everything. Every Gilmore in the premises.
Yeah,
would have been incarcerated on an attempted murder
or murder. Generations, yeah.
Man, listen, and that was a time period where it was justifiable.
I guess, but he wouldn't have lived the next day.
No.
Seriously, all jokes aside, he wouldn't have lived the next day.
Listen, I know.
without a doubt.
Listen, did you ever hear the story about our grandfather and my dad?
No, I don't think I heard that one.
Yeah. Next time you, I wish mother was here to tell it. Next time you see my dad, ask him about it. His biological daddy, his father, he didn't even put his hands on mother. He yelled at her and made her cry. And it so happened that dad was like outside the door.
Yeah, you can hear it. Yeah.
He went in that closet. He grabbed a 9-iron. He came in there and chased his ass out that house and down the block with that motherfucker.
Really? I never heard this. Like that. I never heard this story.
Shit, I tell you, next time you see him, ask him about it. His own daddy with a 9-iron.
Hey, it is what it is.
And he didn't even put his hands on her. He just made her cry.
He just made her cry. Yeah.
Shit, listen. Man, listen. We cut different. You know what I'm saying?
I would say that. Yeah, that's definitely.
You know what I'm saying? These kids, these guys now, they
it's all talk. Cause I told you what happened with my daughter's baby daddy, and you know the police was like, "Be the bigger man." I said, "Aside, I'm gonna catch up with him later."
Right.
I told the police that, so they was like, "Oh shit!" I just said, "Don't worry, I'll catch up with him later."
Be the bigger man.
Yeah, be the bigger man. I say, yeah, for this brief second, I will be, but I'll catch up with him later.
See, now I don't even understand it because here's the thing: shoe on the other foot. You be the bigger man and see what man, please. He gonna use that badge to his advantage to the fullest extent. Talking about you be the bigger man. Get the fuck out of here.
You know, I just slipped him and I told him to his face. I'll catch up with him later. I ain't gonna put on the show for right now, but I guarantee y'all will be back over here with the corner.
And shit, they're big facts. Big facts. Big facts, man. Shoot, look. You better read. You better learn about it.
Hey, read. Check my history.
And that's just it, man. That's crazy. Yeah, Jamie, they are very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Very disrespectful. And you know what? It's crazy because like along those lines, as far as being disrespectful, look how many are incarcerated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look how many are incarcerated. Man, and the crazy thing is like our generation, you got incarcerated for GTA, selling drugs, B&Es, various other type of things. You know what I'm saying? Because look what we emulated, right?
Okay.
Scarface and the gangster image, this, that, and the third. These motherfuckers is getting incarcerated, man, for beating up their parents.
That and like around here, it's a lot of carjackings.
Really?
And they be like 13, 14 years old.
We had the Kia boys or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They were still
no,
in
this is just random stupidness because it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. First of all, why is your child outside the house at that time?
That part. And they ain't that bright because here's the thing, right? Yeah. Everybody got a damn Ring doorbell or a Nest or something.
Exactly,
like,
but I mean, it's just you hear that so much around here. When I see it on the news, I just go, because they'd be like, "Oh, the child was shot." Okay, so you want me to share? No, that's what his ass get. Good.
Right.
I'm glad somebody shot him because that way I don't have to try to shoot him.
Right. And the first thing that hits my mind is, well, what did he do?
Yeah, exactly. But don't go crying like I told you. See it too much. Oh, my baby, he was good. No. What did he do?
I got a homeboy on actually he's a cousin. He on Facebook and he got his own little movement going on. Community in the community, right? And it's very positive. But like some of the things, I'd just be like, yo, man, like, come on, man, you got to stop all this. We losing our babies shit, man. These ain't babies. You know what I'm saying? When you out here robbing and stealing cars and all that, those ain't babies. Start looking at the parents.
I'm gonna baby you.
Yeah, start looking at these parents.
No, I'm not gonna. It's the parents' fault. It's just so crazy to the point you go, okay. You better talk to your son. You better sit him down. Talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you out at 2 a.m? For what?
I'd say you would. And I think most men are like this. When they don't, when a man stops speaking on things, it's because he don't care anymore. I'd say you would. I don't give a damn if it's biologically mine, stepchild, whatever. I'm gonna ride your ass to my last breath. That's how I show my love, and I don't mean. Listen, I put pause on you. I'd rather chastise you myself and you be mad than for you to do something stupid out here in the streets and get chastised by a stranger. Because when they do it, probably won't get them back.
No,
that gun gonna go off, or they gonna bludgeon your ass to death. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather take a belt to your ass, put a couple bumps in your chest, toughen you up, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? As a parent, out of love, because I know mine is out of genuine love and concern, than to just let you run wild and go out here and just crash out and then somebody clap you up. You know what I'm saying? It is the parents' fault for not doing a better job in raising them. Yeah, I mean, it is. Not only, and not only that. It's not only. Hold on, let me put that back up there. The comment says it is the parents' fault for not doing a better job raising them. That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's not only that. In fact, that's the easy way of looking at it. The other part, or the underlying part, realistically, falls on the parents as well, because you guys are living in fear of the police or the government. Y'all allowing the police to say, "Oh, well, you can't." Well, man, fuck it. You know what? Fuck you.
Right.
Learn your rights first off. Learn your rights. You have the right to physically chastise your child or children. Learn your rights. Stop living in fear and take back control of your lives. How can you allow this child came out of your vagina? This child you carried for 9 months, 10 months, however long, because there are some rare cases, or prematurely, whatever, however long you carried this child. Only for you to let an outsider that knows nothing about your child, cares nothing about your child, knows nothing about the special needs of your child to tell you what you can do or what you can't do with your child. The fuck out of here. Where they do that at?
That's the way it is.
Shit. Not in my household.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not in my household.
Shit, not in my household.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah, not a shit. And it's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? It's a damn shame. Ain't no way in the hell I birthed this child. You think you're gonna run over me about my child? Oh well, you can't. Shit, I'm a listen. You and for those who can't see it, I'll spell it out for you. This is the game, especially for the minorities. This is the game that's being played. Take heed. Your child is a minor. Remember when we was minors, you fuck around, goddamn, you fuck around and find out your ass end up in juvie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, unless it's a high class felony, they won't even take it to juvie.
Right.
So here's the situation. This is the game that's being played. We gonna keep kid gloving you. Stop it, Johnny. Stop it, Tyrone. Stop it, Trace. So you old enough to the point where we can try you as an adult and throw the book at your ass or put a bullet in your ass. This is what y'all want. You saying that you would rather let the police govern your kid than take back control only to later on incarcerate them forever? To kill them, to shoot and kill your kid? We weren't allowed to play with guns as kids.
No, not at all.
These kids now got guns that look like real shits. They got Nerf guns. If it's a boy, they'll throw a gun in his fucking hand fast as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as he take a little what you call that damn thing? A Sharpie, and color that little orange tip or break the son of a bitch off. Being goofy, playing, being a kid,
Yeah.
Now they didn't drill your son. Talking about, we thought he had a real gun. That's, you know what? That's got to be the dumbest thing as a parent. And then when you lose your child in that situation, that's got to be, that right there is the true essence, in my opinion. That is the true essence of failing your child.
Of course.
Because you purchased that gun, that toy gun for your child. There's no way in hell. And I done took guns. I done broke guns. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never bought them. My kids' mothers have never bought them, but family members have bought them. Oh, we got shit. I advise you take that shit, get your money back. When my kids started playing with toy guns and shit, it was when they went over their friend's house. and I wasn't there.
Mm.
And then the story got back to me. If you're gonna give a kid a toy, especially nowadays, man, these guns now look so fucking realistic. If you're gonna give a kid a toy gun, you might as well go ahead and buy a real one. When we was kids, a gun was what? Black, chrome, or what?
Maybe white, maybe.
Pearl handle, yeah.
Yeah, pearl handles, yeah.
Nowadays, damn things look like they came out of Walmart.
Yeah.
Out the toy section.
Yeah.
If they, and this is way off topic. So I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
Another one.
Yeah.
If you're gonna allow your kids to play with toys, play with guns. No, I'm saying that wrong. If the police departments are not going to properly train their agents, their officers, which you have no control over, do your part in what you can control, and let's not let your children play with guns. Not let when they go to when the birthday parties, you having a birthday party and their friends bring the gift, is politely thank you and return it. Stop letting your kids have these guns, man. Yeah. Guns are not toys.
You find out at the funeral.
Yeah. Unfortunately so. You know what I'm saying?
They'll find out at that funeral.
Unfortunately so. But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, man. Any closing comments?
Yeah, if anybody got any questions, you can inbox me. I'm not trying to get with you or anything like that. So your boyfriend don't have nothing to worry about. Because if I want you, I have you. No, I'm just
that part, right?
It is. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Let me just repeat: there is absolutely, positively, no beef
at all.
At all. So it's entertaining that some of y'all came up with those stories, but there is.
Nutball.
I'm at peace with the world.
Right. I guess to expound on that, you guys heard it here first. As you can see, there is no contention between he and I. It was a pleasure to see you, and I hope like hell to see you again on future episodes.
Yeah, I just had to wait because everybody was here, so I'm like, they need to leave the house. So that's why I waited to ask for the link. I was like, I got you. Let me wait till they leave because they just making all kind of noise right about now. I feel. Yeah, I don't have no problem. It's just actually the timing is a lot better for me. So
gotcha.
That helps. But no, I mean, if you want to do it and I feel like I got something to say, yeah, I'll jump in. That ain't no problem.
That's what's up. Yeah, well, you already know. You're more than welcome, man.
Yeah. The past episodes that you did, as you see, I just sat back and watched them.
Yes.
I was there, but I was just sitting back watching.
No doubt. I'm trying to. What I want to do is I would like to do. I'd like to get a panel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then that way it's more opinions, more facts, more is brought to the table, and it's not just seems like we're just over here. Oh well, this is my mindset, this is your mindset, and then they really be on it when we be on a chord. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to definitely get a female voice in here. I'm trying to.
We've been saying that.
I know, right?
I know. I mean, it's like I know you know plenty of females. I'm like,
I do. But the thing about it is here's the thing. For some odd reason, people there was a lot of viewers, truth be told, but who all commented. You see what I'm saying? So, and then they'll so what happens is they'll watch it on the read.
Mhm.
Like when I'm not live, then they'll start commenting. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people just are afraid to let their voice be heard. You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, I'm not gonna bash you or comment on your appearance or nothing like. I mean, we joking, but
Big facts.
I'm not gonna just sit up and attack you for no reason at all. That's not me. So, despite what you think,
right? Because remember, we still even have the option, even if you want to be on, and you don't have to have your camera on. Remember, Cordy was on that one episode,
right?
Like first
you heard her voice, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You can do that, and that works, but definitely need a female input. It's like I'm repeating myself because we said that so many times. It's not even funny.
Big facts. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's definitely with anything there's room for improvement. But also the diversity. I would love to have like that one episode I had what's his name? Lou Defender on. That was the first time I ever had a white guy on. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it was like he was very insightful, but it also gave from his perspective.
Yeah, different perspective.
You know and it's like, yo, can we get some, you know what I'm saying?
Other guys, younger guys.
Can we get some guys in here? Period. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, not just that, I'm saying younger. If you 20s, 30s, show me what I'm missing.
That part.
Because I'm to the point. I'm kind of set my ways at this point of the game. So
no, you're right. Because here's the thing, right?
Tell me what I'm missing.
If I can get on the game system, right? 2K. If I can go be walking down the street, be in the line in the grocery store, and have not, and a young fella tell me, "Oh man, you a dinosaur, man. That's old school, man. We don't do it like that." Then why you can't do it here? I got plenty of young bucks on my friends list. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, pop in, say something.
Yeah, say something, man. Just tell me, hey, that's not the way I see it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna listen to you. I ain't gonna be, you just young, you stupid, you don't know. Right. Tell me, hey, let me hear something different so I can go, okay. That makes a good point. It makes a very good point, but yeah, just need a little more different input. That's what I want to see. So that was really part of the reason that when you started back up doing it, I just said, let me sit back and watch.
Right.
Let me just watch and see what's going on. But yeah, that's real cute of y'all to think that was a beef going on. that's so cute to me.
But you know what? Here's the crazy thing. I know this to be true, and you do too. Drama brings ratings.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know. It's like I know that for a fact, and I was like, because I told you when the person who asked me was so random. I was like, you actually watched it, but you didn't tell me you were watching it.
Right.
So I'm like, now you want to know what's going on. And I'm like, I even told them, ain't nothing going on. I just been taking care of certain things. And when I said that's his show, when he decides to do it, he decides to do it. At no point that I call you, man, you ain't doing it. Hey, right. That's on you. Whatever you got going on, that's your business. So
no doubt.
I left it at that.
What I noticed was on the episodes that you weren't on, because people thought that there was something going on, the numbers were higher.
Funny,
that's why I said people love drama.
Yeah, that's funny. That's real funny.
I actually had, so the one that me and Mandrakey did, I had 15 viewers for 30 minutes. That's crazy. Yeah. The one that I did with, now don't get me wrong, was a political thing.
Right.
The one I did with Lou, the white guy. I had 10 viewers for about 25 minutes. And I'm just like,
Interesting.
And that topic was
What was it?
based off of gender identification type thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like it wasn't even like anything that I had never even really tapped on or touched on before. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and that's why I honestly believe it was the mindset of the people believing that something was going on there.
And waiting to see.
Like, are you sitting around waiting for me?
Yeah, I think that's
out? You know, come on, man.
Waiting for me to get on camera and be like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. Nah. Or for me to say something off camera with you not on camera,
right?
Oh, yeah, that nigga. Ooh.
Yeah, he did this. He did. Nah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Yeah, hate to disappoint y'all, but no.
Right, that part. Shit, that part. No. So, but yeah, man. I'm glad you tuned in. I'm glad. Well, I knew you were tuning in before. I'm glad you popped in, man. Definitely looking forward to some future episodes. I've been kind of drawing a blank with the subject matter. In part because it's gonna sound screwed up, but Auntie kind of had slowed down on posting.
So she gave you that to work with?
Man, I'll tell you what, a lot of the time,
I don't know what you see. She didn't slow down.
Oh, well, so they weren't coming through my feed anymore.
Obviously, she didn't slow down
because
you probably check right now and she done posted 10 different memes.
No doubt.
So that wasn't it.
I'm gonna be honest, the whole second season was based off of stuff that she had posted on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Remember how I was commenting on everything? Yeah. And that's how I was getting subject matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, we gonna talk about this.
I mean, it's been a few I had to comment on. I'm like,
I see that.
Come on. Because it's like it caught my attention. I was like, you really don't think that, do you? You know, I want to know.
I had to ask her.
Are you really thinking that, or you just reposting something for whatever purpose? But I'm like, you really can't be thinking that, really. Like, I want to know for real. Give me a real answer to that.
Yeah, give me some fit. Yeah, clarify that.
Yeah, clean that one up, because I'm like, come on, I don't know who the hell you been getting this from, but
man, you saw that one. I had to ask. I said, man, are you in a feminist or a lesbian group?
Yeah, I laughed at that, but I was like, man, come on, you.
Man, it is.
Hey, I'm going, wait a minute. So, what's really going on? You know?
Yeah. Hey, look, tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, how you really feel. You switching teams on everybody.
Hey, some of them things, like, and that's the thing. Like, I look when I see a repost, I look for two things. Who posted it, and whether or not you put a caption, your own thoughts. Because if I don't see a caption, that means you're supportive of the message being put up there. So when you put that bullshit up there, when you say that bullshit, talking about some, I just post things that catch my attention or things that I like.
Okay.
Right.
Which is
so let me touch on that. Be careful, ladies and guys, because the thing about it is when a guy when somebody calls you out on your shit, right? Or when somebody, not even your shit, when somebody calls you out on something, when somebody calls you out on a post, I just post what I like.
Okay.
I just share what I like. If one of your and I hate to have to do it this way, but this is for clarification so people can see where I'm coming from. If one of your European or Caucasian friends posts something on Facebook and it comes to your feed, now mind you, it's on their page. Rebel flags or I'm just gonna say it. Go back to Africa type shit. 9 times out of 10, a person gonna be set off. What the fuck? So the response that they give is, "Oh, I just post what or no." When you get to ranting, the first thing out of your mouth is first thing that you're gonna ask them is, "Are you racist?"
Mm-hmm.
They say, "No, I'm not racist. Why would you feel? I just saw and I just posted it. What the fuck is the difference?" You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So the point that I'm making is be mindful or be conscious of what the hell you posting, because when you're posting something without anything that's being challenged, I mean anything that's challenging what it's saying, you're saying that you're in agreement of it. You're supporting it.
Mm. Yeah.
You're spreading propaganda.
Yeah, some of those I'll be like, you must believe that. You know, like you must believe that. So that's why I say it caught my attention. I was like, okay, I can't let this one go without saying something. Like, wait a minute.
I went so far as to just straight up ask, listen, are you batting for the other team? Is there something that's going on? Look, I need to know because like you over here just riding some
right, just blasting.
You know, so I said shit. Shit.
Okay, that's what we on today. Okay, all right.
Shit, that's what we been on for the past month and a half, 2 months. Shit, and then they got to the point where I didn't see it no more. I think the last post I saw, except for the ones I saw today, was something about if you don't like what I post, unfollow me or unfriend me. Man, I did like this. Look, I was like,
everybody hit that click. You tempted me.
Hey, look, don't tell me.
You tempted me right now.
Yeah, man, listen, don't think you calling my bluff. Shit.
I don't even take it that personal. I just say, okay, I want you to explain this, and that's the only reason I comment. Explain that one to me.
That's it. Because here's the thing. That's just it. Because when you post things, well, I can't speak for everybody, but when I post things, I'm looking for engagement. I'm looking for interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So when you post something and then I respond on it on a comment, don't get mad when I get to speaking on shit. Because truth be told, for those who don't know, anything that you post, you can turn the comments off.
Yes, you can.
So when you post something and the comment board is open, you're asking for engagement. You're looking for you're calling for dialogue. You don't like if you don't like what I post and unfriend me, well, you don't like my comment, then turn the damn comment off. The fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it's social media is a weird thing. It is like you go, man, these people really believe this stuff? Like,
man, shit, you be surprised.
Y'all really believe this and they want to stand on it. Okay, no problem. So here's my response.
That part. All right, man. I gotta shut this one down because we running into a whole nother hour.
I know.
And then off topic because I want to really go back and look at this. What's up, Tiff? How you doing? Doing great. Just you missed it. We just shutting down. So
yeah, she gonna have to watch the replay.
Yeah, catch the replay on YouTube.
Hey, Tiffany, Sincere was talking bad about you.
So what?
Since they want some drama, he was talking real greasy about you.
Hey, look like a motherfucker. Yeah, right. Shit. He don't like it. Go tell Manny. No, I'm playing. That's her other cousin. Well, that's my cousin. That's her brother. Shit. Yeah. But on that, look, see.
Yeah, you gonna have to watch the replay because we've been 3 hours into this one.
No doubt, 3 hours running strong. Stay tuned, man. Though, because I definitely got some things on my mind. I just got to figure out how I'm gonna formulate.
Okay.
We're gonna get some other stuff popping. Catch me on my man. Listen, if I was on your post, man. Your shit would turn it comment wise. Your shit would turn into a forum. Nah, I ain't about to. Nah, look, you got enough followers. I ain't about to have you going viral off me. I ain't about to do it.
Oh, you gonna catch you on a post? No, mess with her.
Yeah, She said, "I'm mad I missed it. I just got off work." Catch the replay on
Yeah,
YouTube.
you go catch the replay or just
Yeah, I'll send you the link or whatever. Have you if you don't have it? Make sure you follow me on YouTube. The clips will be on TikTok. Yeah, man. Shoot, I got some like I want to talk on some controversy. You know how that's what I want to get on. I don't want to be on this. I don't want to be the next Kevin Samuels.
But I mean that's what honestly got my attention today. I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, here we go. Let the fireworks go.
It's crazy because, like, on some real. So right before the lengthy pause in the episodes, people was like, man, you like Kevin Samuels, man. Your podcast, man, you be going hard. You a woman basher, this, that, and the third, right? And then I started hearing it again when I started up, like, man, you really are like I didn't even realize Kevin was deceased. So yeah. I'm like I'm watching his clips and stuff. I'm like, man. So I went to go see what people was talking about, right? And I'm like, yeah. The only difference is he a little bit more smoother. Like his temperament is a little bit more smoother and more.
It is smooth, but if you listen to him, you be like,
yeah. Oh, he.
I'm like, he is on the head.
Yes,
like,
blazing.
This dude here.
He's a lot more patient.
But I'm telling you like this, and here's the thing, and I didn't notice this till the last time I really looked at it. Corey Holcomb is the same type,
bruh. But the thing about
it is the approach.
Yeah, so he masked his humor.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
If you listen to him, you would go, "Oh shit, that's the same thing Kevin Samuels said."
Exactly.
But it's the whole approach. So that's what it is with you, maybe. It's your approach. So people take it as, "Oh man, this dude here is a problem."
Hey, that's all right.
Instead of just listening to it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? She said Kevin full of crap. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
And the thing about here's the thing.
I didn't agree with everything, but majority of the stuff he was saying, I was like, yeah.
Well, here's the difference between me and Kevin. I caught some of his earlier, and he explained his credentials and this, that, and the third, and the placards and his degrees and all this type of. I'm not finna do all that. Right. So I love what I do. I do it for free. I ain't doing it for $1. So the similarities between he and I guess women are gluttons for punishment or whatever have you.
Yeah, because I'm like, why y'all keep calling in to this guy?
He chopping their ass.
If you don't want to hear what you got to say.
Right. So please explain to me why he got so many followers, right? Y'all steady calling in, and his biggest audience was females.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't understand. I was like, oh, he figured it out.
Okay, so we've been on here for 3 hours, right? Every majority of my followers are females. Majority of the viewers are females. The majority of the interaction are females.
Get you on the right path.
Remember, I was a woman bashing. I was woman bashing. You must hate women, and remember all this.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
All right. She said he died snorting powder with a woman, and she was probably snorting with him, and they was probably tricking for a few bucks, but he was always talking crap about women. Okay, and there's this guy who's always talking about how, I don't remember his name. You know who I'm talking about when I say this.
Derrick Jackson.
Yes.
That's a fool. That's a fool.
He's a simp.
That's a fool.
Treated like a queen. And,
right.
He was a woman beater like a motherfucker.
Right. Ask him how he treated his wife. But he quick to make a video. Oh, you should do a woman like this.
Right. Don't do that, Tiff.
No, you're a pure fool.
Yeah,
that's somebody I won't listen
he was
to. But
yeah,
I've seen.
yeah. See, but here's the thing. This is why I say don't do that, because Tiff posts his videos and clips and shit on her page. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, Tiff. Don't do that, cuz.
That's a fool. That's a total fool.
Because the very one that you sit up and post, he's a woman beater.
Yeah.
He's a cheater. He didn't
Cheats
be
on
got. He didn't. How many times he get caught?
Got caught numerous times.
Thank you. And Bow was no, don't do that, cuz. Don't do that. Cuz.
That's somebody I would tell y'all don't even bother.
Don't do that, cuz that nigga's a straight simp.
He's a fool for real. But that's what y'all want to repost his videos, then go right ahead. I'm like, already know.
All right, y'all, man. Yeah. We go far
yeah.
another minute, man.
I know.
All right, y'all, man. I love y'all. Catch y'all on the next episode, man. It's been a pleasure, man. This is Tell It Like It Is podcast. You know how we do, man. Catch y'all on the next one.
Yep.
Oh, man. Shoot.
Maniac. Schizophrenic flow. Bishop. These bitches hate me, but they all hoe. Fuck a nigga bolo.